Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Jarrett Goes to the Movies, a weekly podcast where Jarrett Reddick and friends get together and talk about a movie that they watched that week. Plus, whatever the hell else is on their minds. Get ready for the best hour and a half you'll have in the next hour and a half. Here they are, Eric, Casey, Sean, Amy, and because he's famous, his name's on the show, Jarrett. Welcome to Jarrett Goes to the Movies.
Someone sabotaged me.
What happened?
My computer volume was on, but it wasn't on during 5 questions, so that doesn't make any sense.
Somebody,
Sean.
Did you get up during the thing,
Yeah,
and go?
I got up.
Well, you probably maybe you hit it with your dick.
Maybe your penis touched it.
I doubt it. This thing's a good
same spot.
This thing's a good 3 inches from my waist.
Welcome to the program, everybody. This is Jarrett Goes to the Movies. It's a podcast. We do it every week. It's so crazy to me. I actually was just looking at this today. This is our 272nd movie.
Wow.
272, which means around the end of this year or first of next year, we will be doing our 300th movie.
Not to be a dick, but we should probably just do 300, right?
What, and then just stop?
You think
No,
maybe
the movie.
Maybe we could get Russell Crowe at Lava.
We should probably that should just be done, right? Like,
Is that
that's
Russell Crowe? No, or Gerard Butler. Which one was
Oh
that?
yeah, we should definitely
Yeah.
get Gerard Butler. To
Yeah.
come.
Yeah.
That's what I thought you meant. I was just thought you meant just, okay, 300. That's, hey, we're out. You know?
Sorry.
Oh, you mean
We end up
maybe we
Let's do
should.
300.
Yeah.
all of the time that we have put into this. Welcome, everybody. My name is Jarrett, and man, I'm excited about this one for multiple reasons. But first of all, just because we haven't all been together in a bit, you know, it seems like forever. And maybe it's just like that because we were doing 2 a week to try to catch up from people going on holiday. But I feel like Eric, you went on your vacation, then Amy went out of town last weekend, so
Yep.
it feels like we haven't seen each other in a while. Hey, we are a podcast that is 100% free everywhere you'd like to listen, no matter where it is. However, doing this show costs money, and it would be awesome if you could help us out by contributing the show by being a Patreon supporter for as little as $1 a month each and every month, not episode, month. You get access to, if for as little as $1 a month, you get 20% off merch, and you get up to the $5 level, you get hours and hours upon hours of outtakes. $10 level, you start to get perks. $20 level, you're a producer. $35 level, you can do a movie review every single week and be a part of the show. $50, and you're an alternate for 5 questions. $50, you're on 5 questions rotation all the time. You're literally on the show. And $100 level, I am sorry, that has been taken by David Dooley and Woody Chambers. This is a David Dooley and Woody Chambers production. We do have a new supporter, everybody, at the $5 level, Andrew Shellberg, everybody. Andrew Shellberg, he is the shellest berg that's ever berged. Ever.
He wants to know what happens behind the scenes when everything gets cut down. So $5 gets you access to all the outtakes, correct?
That is right.
Well, good for him. Andrew, enjoy.
That is right.
900 hours of bullshit.
It is so many hours at
listen
this
to.
point that
Plan a road trip.
I think we're gonna max out our capacity on storage on what we're using at some point. We're gonna have to
Storage.org.
upgrade that.
Speaking of,
Yeah.
a while ago, I forgot to bring this up. People have been wondering where are all the other early episodes. Remember when we removed
Yeah.
the first 20?
Yeah.
Gone forever. Tell them
They're on
to fuck off.
Patreon.
Right. But
Oh shit.
Oh.
because Spotify and Apple Podcasts, like they have a limit, you can only have 200 episodes uploaded.
Oh, I see.
So we're at
Oh.
271 technically.
Right.
So there's 71 episodes
Oh, interesting.
that are completely gone from there.
Okay, and so are those live on Podbean
Yes.
and are still free except for the first 20? But I guess really what needs to happen is Patreon supporters should get those exclusively, so they should all just start going to Patreon, right? Did I just create more work for you?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that.
Well, I mean, I would just have to upload the podcast.
Welcome to the business
Podbean.
meeting.
Okay, God damn it. Well, we'll figure it out.
Okay,
You'll
so
get this if you pay $5.
If you want a specific, episode, just message
This is
me.
the real good stuff that you'll get.
It's like if you're hearing this, obviously you already pay $5.
Right.
This is where you can find where everything lives.
We already have your money, sucker.
As I said,
Gotcha.
this is a David Dooley and Woody Chambers production. Our producers of the show are all at the $20 level and up each and every month. Again, not every episode, each and every month. That's not a lot of money. Well, as I said, producers
little
are at the
aggressive.
$20 level and above. They do include let me take that again. Ad Craner, Amy Strongbottom Pitzinger.
Not today.
Leave that in.
Not today.
Oh my God! Yeah, she had Thai food.
It's so weak right now.
It's just
Loose
Amy
bottom.
not the strongest.
Don't just change your own nickname like that, Amy. That's horrible.
Not
Why would
the
you do that to
strongest
yourself?
bottom Pitzinger. Andy Smith, Brian Mason, Brian Sullivan, Brian Dunning, Shell Ordway, Chris, the $12 million man, Cranfill, who did not win $480 at poker. Chris Jacobs, Corey Reed. Daniel Cotton, David Dooley, David Kendrick, David the Original Murray, Dennis Hopp, Denny Chambers, Diane Small, Dom Scheffenberg, Petretta, Ernie, Soul Man, McCracken, Gage Strickland, Gregor Cardone, Greg Lee, Greg the Hammer Stevens, A Hangover You Don't Deserve podcast, James Ridinger, Jared Spear, Dr. Jason Ellsworth, Jason Palladino, Jeff Millman, Jeff Yeager, fucking Joe Barlow, Rat Pack, Joey Bishop, John Gickler, Joseph Richards, Josh Hanlon, Josh Millman, Kate Etro, Katie Gardner, Kim Murphy, Kirsty Fisher. You know, Kim Murphy plays trivia. Did you know that? She was on there last night.
Yeah, she plays every week with Greg and Kate.
Oh,
and
she's on there
John.
too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Who is there? Is it John Gickler, Kate,
Greg,
and Kim? Mm-hmm. They're fucking good.
They are good.
They're really good.
Do we know who's on Lucy? Okay, do we? Oh, that okay.
Lucy's there.
Lily Lawhan,
Okay, and
Lily
then-
Hollahan, Lisa Sponsor, Lisa Winsel, Lucy Murray. Do we know who's on Lucy Murray's team? Because all of a sudden they're fucking good.
No.
Okay.
Ooh.
The internet.
Lucy's the only one.
Mr. Google.
Jeeves.
ALEXA.
Fucking Jeeves.
Lucy's the only one of them that sends over any money, so that's the only name I ever see.
Oh. Just called out the rest of Lucy's team.
Well, maybe they all send her money to do that. Mandy Pretty, Michael McClary, Michael Price, Mike Breton, Mike Leblanovitz, Nick Brignoni, Rodon James, Ray Elliott, Rich Osborne, Robert Dirty Muffins O'Doyen, Ryan Clydesdale, Sharon Dees.
There it is.
Just because if you fucking because the whole fucking weekend there are literally tears streaming out of my eyes the whole weekend. He was just asking me random questions about shit. And hold on, let me tell you what he did this week. It's so ridiculous because he actually gets me from time to time.
It's just the setups that I like.
It is so fucking good. But he goes, he goes, this one I got pretty quick. When you guys played in Japan, did you ever play in Suckapan? I just go, ha ha. He goes, damn it, Jarrett. And I was actually typing, I don't remember whether we've played that city. I don't pay a lot of
Maybe
attention.
you'll remember Suck Upon These.
Maybe you'll remember Suck Upon These Nuts. And then he goes, do you like Wendy's? And I just go, yes. He goes, do you like when these nuts are on your mouth?
Man.
So
And
good.
then he goes, so this is the best one that happened. This was yesterday. I don't know whether to tell them first or after. Okay, he goes, you guys are so smart. Was Sharon playing tonight? And I go, no. Me, Casey, Amy, and Derek, Prices and Mark and Bonnie dropped in for a bit. Gotcha, but not Sharon. So I go, no, Nick and Sharon didn't play. So we didn't have to be sharing these nuts. But Sharon is actually a person that plays with
she's
us
on our
sometime.
team.
So he didn't fucking allow for that shit. But anyway, that was my weekend. How was yours? Oh, God, that's fucking funny. Sean Blackstone, Sean Barger, Steve May, Steve Rhodes, Tom, John, Michael Montgomery Murray, Trey Wren, Vinny Cataldo, Wendy Matta, Woody Chambers, Zodiac Zach, and Svi Hurst, everybody. Give it up for them and everybody. Yeah. You know, we got to give Svi Hurst a nickname because it's a boy, right? Yeah. He has been, I just get confused with pronouns. It's a guy, right? I don't know what to say.
Svi Hurst has a penis.
Okay, good. All right, well he see that
penis.
still really isn't really great about.
Oh, yeah, you can't do that. That
I don't
doesn't
know.
necessarily
That doesn't mean
mean
shit.
he anymore.
No, I know.
It just means they're better at being.
He's like, I'm not
standing
even going to tribute this conversation. I just thought I'd announce that.
up. So I. Anyway, we need that.
Not anymore.
Hey,
Eric just randomly yells at people's genitalia.
they need a nickname.
Oh.
Penis!
So Zoe and Eller are sitting on the couch arguing about some shit, and Zoe goes, or Eller says, well, I can do that, but you can't do that because you're a girl, or some shit like that. And I was like, girls can do anything boys can do, except pee standing up. And they both lost their.
yeah, that's true.
Not
It was
so
a
sure
funny-
about
but
that,
I'm gonna be
by the
honest.
way.
Yeah.
Girls can fucking do that shit.
Yeah, it's just
it's pretty crazy.
more difficult, right?
Well,
I would like to point out quickly, I don't actually think Lucy Murray's team is cheating.
oh no, we were
that
just
was
kidding
just a
around.
joke.
Yeah, dude,
Yep.
that's totally a bit.
Not a thing.
We don't. Honestly,
hey.
most of the time, Wendy
There were
was.
some
Wendy
fucking
wasn't actually
cheaters at the
cheating.
gym back in the day.
Oh, that
for
was a
sure.
thing.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we definitely do not think that at all. That was totally a
No.
bit. In fact, and again, most of the time that when I said Wendy was cheating on 5 Questions, I was not kidding. Actually, she was fucking cheating.
1,000. I don't know. What is that?
And but no, Lucy Murray wants to be better at guitar. I did not. We actually just doing a bit of comedy for you guys. Glengarry Glen Ross. I'm gonna be honest. Fucking title hits, and I'm just like, what the fuck is about to happen?
Mm-hmm.
You
mean like 30 minutes in
no,
when you finally see the title?
no, but I
Did they show it?
Did they stop doing this at some point in movies?
what?
Just like the 20-minute intro of just the people in the movie.
Oh, we just-
They move that to the end or something.
Yeah, they moved it to the end,
Or-
as it should be.
Or they do the credits like as there's action happening
Sure,
and stuff.
right.
They move around like that. But
Like Baby Driver.
sure,
Baby Driver.
what?
Baby
I don't remember
Driver.
that. Baby Driver.
Baby driver.
Baby.
Baby Driver.
Baby.
No, so we've discussed that a bunch. Like remember the fucking John Wayne movie we did?
Yes.
It's like a 2-hour movie and 20 minutes was the credits. at the front.
Well, and it was
lone-
silent.
One lone stagecoach making
Right.
its way
Yeah.
off into the sunset with just
Yeah.
John Wayne. And
They did used to do this all the time. There just has to have been like a check at the door of the ego because our attention spans can't do that. I mean, you honestly, I swear to God, that shit happens at a movie now. Casey is on her fucking phone 5 minutes in, and then she doesn't know what happens in the first scene for sure. There's no possible way that can
No,
hold.
I just watch all these movies on my phone, and most of the streaming apps have the fucking porn 10-second button now, so you just fucking just get through the boring stuff.
Yeah.
get to the cunnilingus.
Well, this movie's rated R, 1992, which is crazy because I do not remember this movie at all.
Either.
You guys are going to be a little surprised. I'm going to be honest. You're going to be a little bit surprised.
Ooh, I know it.
What?
You're talking about Rotten Tomatoes?
Yeah.
Yeah, we know that because of why it was picked, if I'm
Okay.
not mistaken.
Drama, indie film, which when you hear how much this movie costs and you consider the cast, you're going to know, okay, shit, that's definitely fucking indie. These guys would have had to have wanted to do this movie. 7.7 out of 10 on IMDb, 95% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's pretty fucking crazy.
It is a testament. It has to be a testament to the acting
Yeah.
alone. For a
Absolutely.
movie that nothing actually happens.
Right.
There he is.
But, I mean, mesmerized by every single scene because someone is doing
insane
The
acting.
best acting that you've ever seen in the history of your life, every single time.
And I think it's important to note. So I just immediately when this opened up, I didn't know.
Or not, Amy.
Hold on. I didn't know anything about this movie at all. Nothing. I knew nothing. And so when I started watching it, there's all these monologues, there's all these scenes, there's all these duet scenes. And I'm just like, man, this seems like it had to have been a play.
It was.
And it was. So if you watch it going, okay, this is an adaptation towards a play and understand, okay, they can only have this many sets or whatever. And this is how plays work. You have these, again, monologues, duet scenes or whatever. And that's the extent of how they do it. It makes a little bit more sense. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's, that it holds your attention more. I wondered if you guys, so it does sound like that the girls were kind of bored through it or didn't think that a lot was happening. Did it not sort of give Reservoir Dogs vibes to you guys?
If they cut somebody's fucking ear off, maybe.
I don't know if I've ever
no.
seen Reservoir.
I mean,
I think I have, but
I mean, just in that it's just it's dialogue, and that's what plays are, right? You can't have action. This is the amount of space you have.
right. I didn't know that it was written as a play and all of that. Knowing that now, I get it because I'm thinking throughout the whole movie, but what's happening? Why aren't they going places?
Yeah, there
and
was
so there were
Yeah.
like 2 literal scenes.
There was
Yeah.
a list of stuntmen at the end, and I was going, what the fuck did those guys do?
What do you mean?
They opened a door a little more
Right.
aggressively
Yeah, exactly.
than you would expect.
No, you think those fuckers stood in the rain? They had stunt doubles for that shit.
Yeah.
Man. And it wasn't even real rain.
But I do feel like
It's
I
just
wish I would have known that going in just because
Yeah.
it would have made a little bit more sense. I don't know if it would have made it better.
See, I don't think that all plays can go into a movie theater and do like, because I tried to apparently The Producers is one of the greatest plays of literally of all time, like this super long running or whatever, and then
Matthew Broderick,
Ferris Bueller
Nathan Lane.
and Nathan Lane redid it. This huge fucking thing. I mean, it was like Hamilton back then. And I tried to watch that movie, and it is unwatchable. Like I did not make it through the fucking first 30 minutes. And this is the guy that likes everything. I don't fucking nothing. There's nothing. Any. I swear to God, sometimes Casey will be like, "Are you into this?" And I'm like, "Are you asking me that? I don't give a shit. This is great." You know. I mean, I love everything.
Yeah, that's pretty much true. He doesn't give. Is it a musical? Fuck it, I don't care. I'll watch it. Want to go to a play? Fuck it, I don't care. I'll watch it.
Yeah.
What's it about? Actually, never mind. Fuck it, I'll go watch
I
it.
don't give a shit.
Does not
I'll
care.
literally just sit and watch any movie, whatever. It's to me, it's I'll find things to appreciate about it. All right, Eric. Obviously, you hadn't seen this movie before. Oh, I need to tell you guys, this movie cost
right.
$12.5 million to make. It made $10.7 million at the box office.
It made $0 anywhere besides the United States.
Yeah, I would imagine. 1992, that's a fairly expensive movie, $24 million. But still, for this caliber of actors, you had Academy Award nominees in this motherfucker. And some really young, a young Alec Baldwin, who, not that young, I mean, he was already hot.
And a young Kevin Spacey before he was...
Or maybe during, we don't know.
He could have banged a 17-year-old on this. You never know.
Maybe
doubt
one of
he
the
did.
stuntmen.
Yeah. Oh, that's what they were doing.
That is what...
That's what shit. Oh, that's what they called them.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so Eric, you had obviously never seen this before, so you know the drill. What did you think this movie was gonna be about?
Eric synopsis.
4 friends, Glenn, Gary, other Glenn, and Jeff, who goes by the name Ross because he had a friend in college who was also named Jeff, and in his circle they called him Jeff 1 and Jeff 2, but he didn't really like being called Jeff 2 because then it reminded people of going number 2, which in America is going to poop. So instead of being called Jeff Poop, he just decided to go by JR since his middle name was actually Rossington, but there was already a famous person on TV named JR, so he just decided to go by his middle name, but shortened it to Ross. Anyway, Glenn, Gary, Glenn, and Ross all got a job in the same sales office selling some things to people in exchange for money. But sales, especially high-level sales where your entire existence depends on selling things to people, is a cutthroat game, which they soon learn because a guy comes in from corporate and tells them ABC, always be closing, which is true.
Oh
when
shit! Did you fucking guessed that?
I knew of this movie as a pop culture,
Okay.
entity
Got it.
already. Which is true when you're in sales. And so there's this high pressure competitiveness that starts happening. And Glenn, Gary, other Glenn, and Jeff too, who, as you'll recall, now goes by Ross, have to figure out what's more important, their livelihoods or their friendships before it's too late.
Man, that was fucking spot on.
Way to go.
We got them.
When you were watching this, were you like,
None of these guys are named Glenn.
no, were you like, God damn, I fucking guessed this.
Or
Nailed it.
Jeff.
Yeah,
Kelsey, come here. See how close I got.
Babe, listen to this.
All right, Glenn Jeff Ross over there. His name's actually
Jeff
not.
Ross.
Other
But
Glenn.
all the rest of it's pretty damn spot on.
Now, Jeff Ross is in this. Is he going to roast people? How does this work?
Jeff Ross was at
You can have-
the piano bar that night that you guys couldn't come.
What?
But yeah, he was working at the
Oh, at
comedy
the improv
thing.
Oh, I saw that he was there. There was a day that I was like, I looked. He had been there for like several days. And I was like, that'd be kind of a fun last.
He
minute
walked
thing.
over to the piano bar?
Yeah, and then Dan got a picture taken with him.
Well,
That's cool.
Just a funny Jeff Ross random thing. If you ever get cameos that aren't from Jarrett, which are the ones that you should definitely get, he does them, but you can have him roast you in cameos, and it's fucking hilarious.
I don't want him to do that. My
Oh, it's so
self-esteem
good,
is
and
all
I
he's
right.
not
do.
nice about it. Like it's fucking no, it's awesome
Yeah, he's the best.
because he's like the best roaster.
I like to think that
Best
I have a
roaster.
nice pair of nuts, but I'm not so sure if somebody were to roast me like a professional roaster.
You don't have big brass balls.
Well, then,
like
I don't know.
then,
Yeah,
you,
big
then
brass
you
ball.
just buy cameos for your friends.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Have them
shit.
roast them.
Roast the
Honestly,
friends.
I was surprised when you got me the Donnie Baker one that he didn't fucking roast me because I just assumed that's what he did, but he was so nice.
I
and
was
just-
wondering about that, like how he was going to play that out, because I didn't make it a big thing, but I made
Right.
it a subtle thing in the request or whatever.
Right.
And then when he came, I was like, he must be a fan or something.
Yeah,
like
well,
he
I-
must.
I
He's a
definitely we did that Bob and Tom show.
Oh, so he's a radio
before.
guy, right?
Yeah, he's. I think
Oh, I
on
didn't
Bob
know
and
that.
Tom. We've done that show before, but I definitely don't remember him being there. But as you guys know, Donnie Baker is my favorite thing on the internet. There's
He's fantastic.
It will make me full on cry most of the time on the toilet. And
It makes me laugh because all I hear is yeah, exactly. And then
our bathroom.
the bidet.
Our bathroom is not soundproof. See,
that's not that one's on the outside
it is
wall.
if you close the door.
that one's
I
on
closed the door.
Oh, right. You guys do that.
That one's on the. I don't.
No, I do. She doesn't, but she locks the main door, so I can't even get into the facility.
Yeah, guess what? I grew up in a house that didn't have a fancy fucking closet you had to sit in to poop,
It's a shit
so I
closet.
just shut the bathroom door and lock it.
I get it.
Fair enough.
I understand. Fair
I
enough.
don't have to be in my claustrophobic pink eye cave.
All right, Eric, what is this movie actually about? Eric.
Synopsis.
An examination of the machinations behind the scenes at a real estate office.
Examination per okay.
Is that really what it is?
That sounds like a
Yeah.
fucking,
Is that Schoolhouse
Schoolhouse
Rock?
Exactly.
But this is not a complete sentence.
I couldn't get it out.
Jesus.
It
God.
starts with an examination of the you would have to say this movie is an examination of the machinations, the proclamations across the nations
Before it's too late.
before it's too late at the real estate office before it's too late. So I don't know. Both of those synopsises were kind of shit.
They were fucking. These fucking synopses are bullshit.
See a theme.
I looked it up, and it's basically just to make it make sense to everybody. It is a 1992 American drama adapted from the 1984 Pulitzer Prize winning play of the same name. So again, you could see this thing being acted, and I actually wonder. I didn't fucking look this up.
Who wrote the Book of Love?
Nope.
What's in a Wonder Bowl?
Nope. I wonder if Jack Lemmon was actually in the fucking play, because he definitely was that goddamn guy. Like, it was spooky to me. And also the first hint for everybody should have been when he was talking on the phone that it was a play, because he wasn't giving anybody time to talk.
Yes, I noticed that right away.
That's a stage thing, because you're there to hold attention. It's like you're not really there to fucking make it look real. You know, there's no way he could have gotten really any information anytime he was on the phone. But you pause for a second, then you do a beat, and then you go.
When he said it's Bob. And they said, Bob who? It's Bob, we had a baby eats a boy.
Yeah, that is my
I said that.
That is my fucking favorite. I say that shit all the time. I had a baby, it's a boy.
I had a baby itsy boy.
I used to say all the time too. We used to do like collect call
Yes.
points from the mall.
Yes.
I love that shit.
Call CALLATT.
Yep.
Yeah.
By the
I
way,
told Derek that while we were watching. I had a baby itsy boy.
By the way, got to tip one out for the homie. We actually just talked about him a couple of weeks ago on this show, and like kind of went for a while on Ronco, and he died.
Ron Pompey.
Whatever his name is, but the Ronco electric food dehydrator, the Ronco pasta maker, he used to spray paint people's heads. And food
dehydrators?
the Ronco electric food dehydrator. That's the best.
So I wonder if Kurt Fletcher left some voodoo.
Yeah, I was wondering
here,
that too.
Oh.
Who's he killing?
because we mentioned it.
The food
Yeah,
and
dehydrator
then
guy.
He died.
And then he died. He did. Well, we didn't.
Who else did Kurt Fletcher kill?
The diabetes guy.
Oh, Wilford Brimley.
And then
Diabetes.
Beatus.
who else did he kill? He's usually
That's a
on here.
big week, though.
Fuck Kill Mary. Ron Pompey, Wilford Brimley.
Or Joey Jordanson.
Okay.
I don't know who.
Oh, that's
any
the
of
Slipknot
those-
guy?
That's a Slipknot guy. He
Oh.
died, too.
Sorry, I'm
Somebody
looking up Ron
else died.
Pompey. Okay, fuck Mary Kill.
Yeah.
Dusty Hill from ZZ Top. You know,
Yep.
which he wasn't an asshole to me, so I feel bad. Billy Gibbons, total dick. Fuck him.
I mean, if one of the guys from ZZ Top had to die, you wish it would have been Billy.
Really?
All right, next week.
Again, I don't
We're not
have
going to answer the
I don't what.
Yeah, Casey's gearing up over there for the
For
fuck
what?
Mary
Kill.
kill.
Ron Pompey.
Well, we
Wilford
don't.
All right,
we can't
Brim,
remember.
go.
who
Okay,
else.
go, babe.
I know. I want y'all. I don't know.
Oh.
I thought it was like
We
a
can't
group
remember.
activity.
You were
Who
gonna
else?
play. I don't play this fucking
Activity.
game. I just fucking kill
Kurt
them
Fletcher
all.
killed.
I don't know who those
Kurt
people
Fletcher
are.
is not a murderer
In a
unless it's in a comedy room.
Oh.
He's up there fucking killing it night after fucking
Also,
night.
there's 243 tickets left to his show.
Yeah.
God, such a good post.
She's
Amy, I know.
good.
Amy told
us.
says
I
last
know.
night. Yeah, hey, get them. They're going fast. There's only 247 tickets
He
left.
posted that, not me.
So fucking great. So good. All right. Let's see. Well, let's dive in. Let's hey, it's 9:15.
Should we start?
You know what? This isn't the latest we've started a movie.
This is what happens when you don't see each other for a while.
and
I
this will
agree.
go fast too because
Dude, the last
what the
two
fuck
clips
are we going to talk
Because
about?
nothing happens.
I mean, I'm not fucking Wilford Brimley. I'll tell you that much.
The
That's what
last
we're talking
two.
about.
Well, fuck.
Mary.
You know.
You gotta kill him. He had diabetes. He was going anyway.
Oh yeah, get a or don't
That's
do a
why you
prenup
marry
and then
him
marry
because
him,
he's
and
got
he's
the
gonna
beatus.
die.
Wait a minute.
Obviously,
If
they
you-
were all gonna die.
if
I
you
should have done
marry-
it to Joey Jordan. He's very small, actually. Isn't he like really
little
tiny?
tiny fucker. But if you marry Wilford Brimley, you get to go up to a planet where you won't ever grow old and you won't ever die.
Oh, is that Cocoon?
Cocoon. It's cocoon.
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 Right. Okay.
Stop doing the cocoon.
You don't want to
Guys, get out of the pool. Get out of the pool. Stop doing the cocoon. Okay.
Is that a sexual position? Hang on.
Okay.
Has to be.
Oh,
Should I-
no,
should
don't.
I
Hang on.
text-
Go ahead.
Should I text Scott?
No,
Do that. I'll do this.
You lay in a ball on the bed with your arms around your knees.
Okay. That's just the fetal position, though. Scott Simons.
Yeah, but it's underwater.
Hopefully we get this before the end of this episode. So we will not. My friend Scott Simons will come up with a sexual position for pretty much any phrase
Oh, here
or
we go.
sentence or whatever. Is there already one that exists?
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
wait. It's okay. It's
What is
loading.
it? What is it?
Hang on.
Well, then let's not make him do any
Okay.
work.
Well, when a two persons are spooning naked,
Mm-hmm.
and the guy inserts his member into her rectum and leaves it there to continue spooning until it gets limp and falls out.
Oh, well,
This would be the butterfly leaving the cocoon.
cocoon.
Because a flaccid penis is like a butterfly. I don't
That's
understand.
right.
Beautiful.
Like,
Yep. That's right. Well, when it does fall, it kind of butterflies your balls, you know? Like it falls right in between there and they go.
Your balls look like
yeah, they
beautiful.
just go.
Okay.
They just-
Okay, now I buy into it.
Oh, little, like, wee.
Wee, it's gonna fly away.
Yeah.
The veiniest
There it
butterfly
goes.
wings.
you're not early. We haven't started yet.
All right, here we go. Sean.
Hello, honey. How you doing? Good. What'd he say? Uh-huh. Yeah, well, is he still there? Well, how long ago did he leave? Uh-huh. Yeah, well, I'm stopping here, then I got a little meeting, and then I would if I could. As soon as I can. Yeah, look, let me get off, and I promise you it'll be okay. Right.
Bunch of bullshit. Waste a good man's time.
Could I speak to Dr. Lewenstein, please? Boy, it's rather important. Could you get it for me?
Bunch of bullshit trying to make a living on these deadbeat leads. I swear to God, Shell, I'm on a sit today. Hello, Mrs. Swoboda. This is Dave Moss. Yeah, we spoke yesterday. Now, on the Rio Rancho estates, we've had a situation just come up. The president of our company is in town just one day, and he has certain parcels.
Doctor.
Yes.
Well, could you get... What do you mean? He's not there. I have to speak to him. Yes, it is fairly urgent.
It's funny because this phone call made me really
No, I can't be reached. I'll get back to
didn't realize it was a play yet, and so I don't want to repeat everything we just said. But now that you know it is a play, does it change a little bit?
It makes more sense. Yeah.
Play or not, like you should just fucking gave the guy his cell phone number. It's so weird. But
Hey, cell phones did exist. Ragu had, what was his name? Rondo?
Zach Morris?
Rabbi? Rosa Parks? What was his name?
On the bus.
I don't know.
My, what's that?
No, I'm being serious. What was the guy? What's Al Pacino's character name?
His name
That was
is
freaking funny.
Ricky
Roma. Man, that's a good
Tony Roma.
yeah, I was hungry actually. I kept thinking about that pizza place.
Tony Roma.
That's a ribs place.
No.
Roma's Pizza.
Roma's Pizza is good.
I know Tony Rose. I had a friend whose
How many
dad,
bites?
Okay, brag about it.
Hey, y'all remember payphones?
Her mom hated me. We didn't get to be friends much further than elementary school.
Do you remember the last place I saw an actual payphone?
Airport.
No, you were there.
Disney Cruise?
Me?
Yep, both of you were there. It was in Bermuda.
Oh.
They had actual payphones and little red cubes, kind of
like. Is that when we
in...
went to Belize?
Yeah. I told somebody about that recently. That you're like, where did we go?
Yeah, what's the
Started
place?
with a B.
Yeah, I can't.
Just
I
remember
never
the
fucking
Beach
think
Boys
of
song.
Bermuda.
Yeah.
It was just Amy's dream trip, and we're
Yeah,
like,
that was my
Oh,
bucket
really?
list
where the
item.
fuck
Yeah,
did we
we
go?
fucking did it though. It's great.
Yeah, that one fucking stop.
It was good. So anyway, payphones. What a fucking like. I was thinking about it. We used to do this thing. You'd go like it's like 9723 pound, and then you would hang it up twice, and it would make it ring.
Yeah, back to your own house.
No. It would just make the cell phone ring. Yeah. Would it do your house too?
I don't know. Wasn't there a phone number you could call from your house phone and you hang up and then it would just ring your phone back?
I know that we could do it on payphones because it was so. When you're a kid, you're at the mall and you're there for 2 hours.
What else are you gonna do?
You've already spent the $5
at Camelot Music or whatever,
or Giovanni's Pizza. I don't know. You have your, your shit. I have mine. But
Chess King.
You could just make that was just for a couple of trips, but Chess King became a thing for. I bought a suit for the cruise I went on, and it was like a waiter. It's like a short coat,
Princess
like
Cruise.
Yeah. The what?
Princess
You
Cruise.
sweet girl.
The one when you were a princess?
No, different one. No, that was I was a little kid then. This was like when I was graduating from high school. Anyway, so what are we talking about right now? Payphones. You could 9713 pound. That's what it was. 9713 pound. And it would ring back. And so you could do that thing and then you walk away and you just watch people come and answer the phone.
That does sound like fun.
And just laugh hysterically.
Yeah.
Idiot. It was fucking great.
You phone picking up jerk.
I just remember my brother going and checking all of the little things to
you can't do that though. If you ever see a payphone, don't stick your finger in the coin slot because people are putting AIDS needles in there.
That's right.
And
you sound like my mother on Halloween.
And
that's how they did the ball pits. That's why those are gone.
Yep.
Because the AIDS needles.
Mm-hmm. Just AIDS needles.
They were
everywhere.
also in movie theater seats, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh my God, that's right. Yeah,
I
it's
forgot
just
about that.
poking out of that shit. I forgot about that.
Ooh,
shit.
you know what I
really
actually
gotta check it
You know what I
first.
actually did see a news article on like years and years ago. It like, traumatized me. Somebody had gone and like super glued razor blades onto a children's playground. Like
Yes.
the monkey bars and
Oh,
shit. But like the
Jesus.
one in the middle.
Yeah.
Fuck
That sounds terrible.
So that's
Unless
why
you're
I'm fat,
into
because
that
I didn't
kind
like
of thing.
exercise is dangerous.
That's your thing.
So
It's
scary.
whatever. So this Maroon
I would have been really
5
good at pull-ups, but it just was a dangerous
You know this Maroon 5?
I've heard of 'em.
They're a big band.
They have
in the
that,
world.
they have that super ugly singer.
Go on.
Yeah.
A super ugly singer who wrote a song about payphones in like 2017. Nobody got that reference.
Right.
But do we all know all the words to it?
It was super
He's
deep.
trying to
Okay.
call
He also
home.
wrote a song about maps and
Animals. And you made it a trivia.
he was like, a map that
Oh,
leads
yeah.
to you.
That was a
map
connection
leads
one.
to
That
you.
was very true. That happened.
Animals, maps, payphone.
Oh, they were Maroon 5 song?
Animals.
I mean, I don't hate that. So I'm just saying.
No.
It's like
I get what you're
writing
saying.
a song today
Animals.
about
Animals.
riding a bicycle built for two.
That
or
man
something.
can write songs
Nobody-
about whatever he damn well chooses.
So weird because like Jarrett talks about it all the time. Not all the time. I don't know if I'm calling you out on this, but he didn't used to be like super hot. He was just kind of like a
Oh
guy.
yeah, he was a book nerd, right?
Yeah. So
but even just wait, like you like the
I mean,
first,
I don't
whenever
know.
the original songs came out.
he was just
and
like
the
this skinny
videos-
dude.
yeah, just a
and
skinny-
the rest of us and their band, we did a bunch of fairs and stuff together. And they actually were opening up for us. I only have a few stories like this to where it's like pretty nuts, like how fucking big that band got pretty goddamn quick, you know? But they were opening up for us at like amusement parks and at malls and shit. And yeah, us and the rest of the band, we'd go ride all the rides, and they'd take you in an SUV. You go right up to the thing, and you just wave to the people like, "Hey, sorry guys, not really." And then you get on the roller coaster, you know. And he fucking never went, and he always would just sit by himself wherever he was and he just read all the time.
brooding.
Was he afraid of roller coasters? 'Cause
I don't
those
know.
things
Maybe.
fucking suck.
Maybe.
Yeah, I
and
hate
again,
them.
I mean, he was super, super nice. But again, he wasn't like overt. It wasn't like meeting fucking, you know, Brad Pitt or something. Like, I mean, and now I understand that it would be like he's a beautiful, beautiful man. But he wasn't like overtly hot back then. It really
Which
it
makes
wasn't.
him even hotter.
Maybe. Yeah.
Didn't
Did you see
even
it
know it
coming?
for
Didn't
a
even
while.
know it.
No.
You
no.
didn't see their fame coming?
No, I
like-
definitely
Like
did.
that.
See, this is
I did it. So to me, like their I thought their big song at the time was like
This love.
yeah.
Yes.
So to me, that sounded like I got all my life to live. And I thought it was like, it's just I will survive. Okay, fuck, it's great. They're being souly and shit. I didn't know that 2 or 3 years before that, they had been a punk band called Kara's Flowers, which, if you fucking listen to that, it's like they were doing the same shit we were at the same time. And then he fucking figured it out and, of course, just blew up. But no, I wouldn't have thought that the thing about that band is they didn't get as big as they are until 3 albums in. Like those first couple did really good, but then it got to the goddamn next level, man.
Yeah. Songs About Jane was huge.
Huge, but these pop songs, fucking,
Yeah.
I got the moves like Jack.
That's where he turned the corner. He
That
stopped writing
shit-
songs with his band. He just went in a studio and
Sure.
wrote songs.
But you know what the
and
great
just came
thing
out really attractive.
the thing
too.
about him,
Let's
that's
talk
true.
about it.
He got ripped, you know, and he fucking took his shirt off a bunch.
Took Propecia or
Excuse me?
Proactive or whatever
Yeah.
it was.
The thing about him, though, that's cool
Both?
is it's not unlike the Billy Joe thing. He kept it a band. He didn't have to do that. He could have gone solo because that drummer doesn't even fucking play on shit anymore.
That's
Like,
the example you always use since I've met you. Like you were like, I never wanted to be like fucking famous, but if I could just be like the bass player for Maroon 5, like
Yep.
you can still go to the grocery store, do your shit, then go home to
Nobody
your
knows who
mansion,
the
live your
fuck
life.
you
Like
are.
Yeah.
Right.
And when you drive away in your Ferrari, people are like, that guy must do something.
He must
rad.
be somebody.
Everybody knows what the
I don't
guitar
know.
player in Maroon 5 looks like, and
'Cause
they
he's
were
got
like,
long hair.
they were
The long
best
blonde
buddies.
hair?
Yeah,
No
yeah,
fucking
totally.
clue. Would
Yeah,
never-
he still looks exactly the same.
I wouldn't recognize him in
No.
a grocery store, but if I saw him, I'd
if
be
you're
like, oh
walking
yeah,
around
that's the
LA
guy.
think
and
you
that,
would.
if you're walking around LA and that guy walks through like around, people just be like, that guy's in a band.
No, I
Yeah.
think you'd know that guy. I really do. I really do believe if you saw it, but maybe not. But again, like the rest of the band, there's no. I fucking hung out with the guys, and I have zero memory of what they look like. But yeah, I will tell you a story. I went and saw them here, And the show was possibly going to get canceled because
I've never seen this man in my life.
because he was like working out before the show with one of them stretch things that you put like under the door.
Yeah,
and then you go back.
It popped off?
No, somebody opened the goddamn door and it hit him right in the sternum. And he fucking like had to go, was rushed to the hospital or whatever. So he couldn't even breathe during the show, but he did it. And
That's
then
incredible.
He ended up going,
What a
and then
man.
the drummer came up and like sang some of the songs and
Haven't
shit.
the people ever heard of
fucking knocking
on the goddamn door?
Yeah, right.
I bought one of
God
those
damn it.
neck things.
It's much
that you hang
better
off
to
of the
face these kinds
doorknob.
of things with a sense of poison rationality.
That sounds dangerous.
Sure, confident it is. And it like has like warning labels everywhere that are like,
Yeah.
only do this on a door where nobody is in the other side that can open this
Yeah.
fucking door. And
Yeah.
I'm like, it's fine.
So I got to tell
Also
you guys
seems
about
like a
when
sexual thing
this,
that people might get into.
this probably isn't going to get us too far into this movie, but I do have to tell you this story and then I have to pee. And then we can skip some of my notes or whatever. It's going.
Yeah, fuck it.
But I turn this movie. I go to watch the movie or whatever, and I look and on Amazon, it says this movie came out in 2021. And it does. I swear to God, go look at it. It's like came out in 2021. But the photos of the cast members, they're a little younger on the cover, whatever. And fucking Jack Lemmon, he's fucking dead, and Kevin Spacey is canceled. And so I'm like, how is that fucking possible? So there's no reason this should have happened. I don't really understand what happened. But I ordered a sandwich from Slotsky's.
Oh, yes. Go on.
Okay. It was delicious.
Deluxe original?
What'd you get?
Put turkey.
Add jalapenos?
Normally I get the roast beef. I got the turkey original, added guacamole. I put a shitload of that fucking hot sauce that we have a bottle of it. Because I just get that shit by the bottle.
Fucking big
I'm
shot.
sorry about that, but go on. Yeah.
Anyway. So I come back and I sit down and I start the movie. And I'm confused about the whole. I really am. I'm confused about the whole thing with the cast and what the photos are and the year that it comes out. And the theme starts playing and those credits start rolling. And then in the background, it's just like high hopes for a living. About the time that they can't live it. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, what is this going to be like what is it?
Remix?
GS. What's the
Right.
thing that they do where they're like draw everybody or whatever? I'm like, is this like a
Cartoons?
thing where they? No, you know what I'm talking about, like Jabba the Hutt, like he's
CGI.
CGI, and CGI Fridays is a great restaurant.
Yeah.
It's not.
Oh, but they do have a good dessert.
No,
Food
they have
isn't even real.
bottomless appetizers.
Okay, so
Okay,
anyway, right, that place doesn't even fucking exist, guys. So anyway,
Friday.
it's just going,
That has to be a
high
thing.
hopes for a live, and I'm like, God, this is fucking weird because 2021, that's not unrealistic, and it's going along with the beat of this thing. It's like that's the soundtrack going on through these credits, and I am literally the most confused person. I'm like, how is this going to be a fucking thing? This even looks like it's a really old movie. And honestly, it looks older than 92, to be honest. It looks like
I think
it was
so,
fucking
too.
made in like the 70s.
Agreed.
And then I look over and the thermostat's going yellow and just and beeping like this. Because when that particular ALEXA decides to do some DJing for no fucking reason, she adds lighting. So I tell her to. I didn't even. Oh my god! What the fuck?
It's Amy's fault.
I told you brought that shit into my house,
I
Amy.
sure did. I'm going to leave it here, too.
What the fuck just happened?
Burn
So-
some
What
sage
if it
leaves
comes
in
out in
this
my bowels
bitch.
and I have to go take a dump in your
It
bathroom
already
and it
did
stays
come
here?
out.
You leave your fucking
Fine.
little shit
Hey,
ghost in my house.
listen to me. That if y'all didn't hear that, the ALEXA went off in here,
Boom.
and we didn't say that anything.
You spelt it.
And then
I'm waiting
but
for it to
then
do it again, 'cause you
Two
just
more
spelt it
sentences, but
again.
then we did two more sentences, and it went off anyway. So I tell that one to stop, but it's like right at the end of the thing, and then he's just on the phone, and I'm like, okay, I still don't understand what's about to. Is this? Did they re-release this or what's that? But they put new music to it or whatever. Anyway, Then I realized it was an old movie, and that's the end of that story.
She's got high hopes.
She's got high hopes. She's got. Okay. Anyway, so that happened. But you start to put together certain things. Okay, these guys all know each other, and there's interactions. But I like how they don't really give away who the Al Pacino character is yet. There's a chance that he's actually the fucking guy that they're selling shit to. Did y'all think that at one point?
Yeah, I had no idea who he was.
I had a real hard time figuring out most of the things he was saying.
Did a lot of time in this movie wondering what the fuck was going on.
That is in my notes. Al Pacino is fucking amazing. I never know what the hell he's talking about.
Yeah, I know what he's saying, but I don't know what he's talking about.
But this isn't the only movie where it's like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He just does those monologues of this crazy ass shit. And he didn't write that. You know what I mean? Like, that's the script, but you listen and you're invested in it.
Because it's him and you're just entranced.
Right. And then you're just like, the fuck is he talking about?
Actually, I think Ed, what's his name?
Helms.
Ed Helms.
I always want to say that. But no, in this movie, is it not Harris?
Harris. It's Ed Harris.
Okay.
Ed Harris.
So that guy, I felt this entire movie was talking to himself. Because all he kept saying was, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. And
he does.
It was so confusing.
He did talk to himself a lot.
Oh, that drove me crazy. We'll get there.
Drives me crazy.
Peace?
You could see him. So in hindsight, they're all at the bar in this first scene, and you can see him kind of realize that there's a fucking mark over there on the right. But you don't know that this is happening at the time, but he sits up and he's just like, they say you shouldn't drink water when it's hot. Or they say
you
shouldn't drink alcohol when it's hot, right? You got to drink water.
I go the other way.
He goes, I say bet the other way, what everybody says. And you don't realize this is the long game on this motherfucker that's just sitting over there, just trying to enjoy his drink. He's in a shitty marriage. And he's fucking miserable, and he's about to just go fucking rake this guy over the sails.
I think they did a good job of creating an atmosphere that felt desperate and dirty. Because the rain, and it was dark, and in the restaurant it's dark, and you're not exactly sure what they're talking about. Mm-hmm. And
the office isn't really nice.
The office isn't nice, and you don't get at least I didn't get the sense that even though all these guys work with each other and are perfectly willing to cuss each other out or also celebrate their sales, that these guys don't hang out outside of work. They work weird hours because you need people to be at home in order to go make your sales calls. So you can't do that in the middle of the day. So it looks like they start
that confused me a lot.
That you have to understand the time of when this was. I mean, I don't really know, but I assume this is like 50s or 60s when this was supposed to have happened.
Yeah, I mean, they're going out at 10 p.m. trying to make house calls.
It's definitely weird that they're going out, and they're doing this bit of like, hey, well, I'm about to get on a plane, but I could run over now if you want to.
Well, there was obviously from management an emphasis put on getting both signatures, get it here, we get it filed before people, like we see later, can decide to change their mind or do whatever. And so I think that was it. Maybe, I'm sure, even if this is set in 92, which I think it is, I don't think it's a period piece.
Oh, I don't think so.
No, because they're not when they get in Kevin Spacey's car, that's not a 1950s, coupe DeVille or whatever.
Right. I just feel like so maybe the play itself, it just feels older, I guess. It feels because older. Of the dialogue and stuff. So maybe they did set it in present time, but they really didn't change a lot of the lingo, in my opinion, because it feels old.
It feels old, and maybe they do that on purpose to show an office that is kind of a relic of the heyday of sales when it was, hey, champ, you ever considered
Mad Men?
Everybody, there's that timing and phrasing, which we all know from movies of that time, which has got to be based on something in reality.
Yeah.
So I felt like it was a relic of The Office was older. You know, everything was kind of, even Kevin Spacey, who's the boss, his car is kind of a dumper, and so I don't know. Yeah. it can't be set in the 50s or 60s because they're selling a Cadillac. There's a picture of it up on the
Sure, you're
thing,
right.
and it's
You're absolutely right. It just felt old to me. And again, it just got to be and how simple the office was and all of that. Like, I don't remember rooms looking like that in the 90s.
I just think they set up a desperate,
Sure,
Yeah.
a desperate setting where all these guys are just hanging on by a thread every single day. I thought so much of this was well thought out, well acted. I can understand not enjoying it because not a lot, quote unquote, happens, but it's a dialogue driven play. It's a dialogue driven movie. And
to me, I think you could compare this to the way Quentin Tarantino writes sometimes, the way that Kevin Smith writes sometimes, where they don't have the luxury of having sets and things where you can do a lot of action and go in between or whatever. So you have to rely on the dialogue. And they definitely, I knew second scene of the movie why Sean picked this. And I knew right then that I was going to be at least one of the only ones I was like, I'm going to appreciate the acting in this fucking movie. And some people are going to be bored as fuck.
Well, you could also be bored by watching 12 Angry Men if you judge everything by action and settings and multiple this and everything. Okay, well, it takes place in a jury deliberation room.
And that's the whole thing, right?
The whole, I mean, there's a courtroom scene
that
to
sounds
bookend
fun.
it. But it's one of the most, famous movies of all time because it's, I mean, there's social implications to it, but there's also
I've really never seen it. It sounds interesting.
It's Henry Fonda. And it
is considered one of the greatest movies of all time. It's kind of one of those. I'm sure that probably if we were to watch it, it'd be like everybody says Citizen Kane is the greatest movie of all time, and it's like, yeah, well, it's kind of not because Pulp Fiction is, but that's fine,
or the
Arthur.
Goonies,
or Arthur. Put that coffee down. Coffee is for closers.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know what this movie was about. I didn't know anything about it. And when I saw Alec Baldwin say that, I looked back at Derek and I'm like, that's from Boss Baby. Because to me, it's backwards.
Right.
Cookies are for closers.
You're so right.
Yeah.
That's fucking great.
I said,
Good
is that where
tie-in.
that's from? And he was like, yeah.
Yeah. Did he already know that?
I guess so. But I think, like Eric, he knew that it was some kind of there was a big following for this movie. It was a big deal. He'd never seen it or whatever, but
it's very interesting though that Boss Baby would pay tribute to this character by casting him as Boss Baby or whatever. And he, as you know, Boss Baby is one of my favorite things in the world. I love it so goddamn much, and was so happy 30 minutes into the new one when it actually got good.
It got better. It got better.
It got better then. Let's see here. Yes, sir.
So I'm going to prepare a clip that Alec Baldwin did on SNL that has to do with this movie.
Oh, okay.
I saw something about that.
Goddamn. Don't. Okay, sorry, guys. This is a slow start back.
God, get it in there.
Put it in the hole, Stuart. All right.
Jared's opening a beer.
You're having trouble.
They're slipping around in the
beer opening
in the koozie. Here's the thing. This is where it starts, where it's just like, again, I don't want to beat a dead horse because that's, I'm certain that that's probably illegal.
Yeah, well,
but
you'd be surprised.
You just keep going to the lingo of this, going, no human being would ever allow themselves to be spoken to like this, and even especially it being a 1992 movie, like gangs existed and shit. We were just shooting people for fucking mouthing off and shit, But
I see, again, I think it shows the desperation of the salesman involved, that you don't just get to say, fuck you, I quit.
Sure.
We all think if our boss talked to us that way, you'd file a complaint with HR, or
that's because we're all entitled pieces of shit.
Mediation.
That is
we'd talk about our feelings and
off,
what color our feelings represent right now and all that. But again, I think so much of this movie is meant to portray just the desperation of these guys, the leads, the not being able to make any headway, how the scenes are shot, how the settings are all put together, how they will take that kind of verbal abuse because what's the alternative?
Sure.
I think it's all expertly crafted to give us as viewers the sense that these guys don't have much option.
Sure.
If they had options, they wouldn't let people talk to them that way. They wouldn't be trying to sell junky, scammy properties. All of these things that they put up with, who would do that unless...
Fantastic point. And as you were saying that, it really did hit me that Alec Baldwin opens up this sort of dialogue in the movie, and then they all sort of just talk to each other like this throughout the movie too.
Oh, yeah.
Like this is conditioned to be
a boys' club.
how they're gonna fucking talk to one another anyway, and shoot each other down, and I mean, that makes a lot of sense. And again, I wish I would have known from the beginning that I was watching a play.
Me too.
I really, really do, because it would have changed literally the way that I saw everything.
I did mention that when I said I was going to choose this movie.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention.
I was like,
I'm sorry.
it's based on a play.
I know, but was that at 11:30 at night and everybody was trying to get the fuck out of here and we were making a sketch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was like, it only takes place like in 2 locations, but it's based on a play. So it's really cool.
I did not pick that up.
I had Teen Mom to watch, I'd
You
try to
can't
get
talk
the
to
fuck out of
Jarrett when he's trying to watch Teen
But
Mom.
I think you don't. Also, if you go into a movie that you've never seen before, you don't want to look it up too much.
No.
You don't want to know too much
I try
about
not to
it.
do that.
So
Yeah.
I don't either.
Well,
I don't want to shut anybody down, but I feel like it was pretty obvious it was based off a play really quickly. Like I really did feel that. Like I got that vibe.
Sorry that you guys didn't notice that.
I don't disagree
serious,
with
and
that.
I'm not like, I was fucking blowing up balloons the whole time I was watching this in our bedroom.
Well, also, like, all the guys, they loved the script so much, and everyone's performance that on days that they didn't have to shoot, they'd come up just to watch the other people's performance.
saw that
they
too.
all loved it.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, that makes sense. And again,
They're probably all doing it.
the amount that they got this movie made for, it had to have been a deal where, like, look, we're just trying to get everybody on. It's like the Heat, like the Miami Heat. Here's the deal. We're just going to go win a championship.
No, we're going to win not 1,
Yeah.
not 2,
Yeah.
7.
Right. Like,
Hey,
we're just gonna
LeBron,
go
you available?
Win a bunch of championships.
Or 2.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, obviously it comes in. We learn, that there's a sales contest, Cadillac Eldorado, or you win knives. 3rd place, you're fired. So everybody but 2 people are going away, and then the 2nd place guy is stabbing up the office.
The prizes de-escalate very quickly
Yeah, they do.
in importance and value.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't already have a set of steak knives at their house?
Yeah. Well, you know what? You'd be surprised. Yeah. So again, a bunch of different stuff. Alec Baldwin coming in hot. How and seriously, how sick of you guys? How sick were you of hearing the word leads?
All of it.
By 3/4 of the way through it, I did not want them to say it anymore.
Do you think that they say
3/4?
leads more or
Hang on.
fuck more?
Well, maybe
Leads.
don't answer that question yet.
Oh, all right. We're going to...
Okay.
I might need to forfeit the game.
Okay.
I looked it up.
All right. So,
You do.
but he even goes. Alec Baldwin even goes so far as to be like, "Oh, you want to be a good father? Well, fuck you. Go play with your kids. You're fired." We got the Glengarry leads.
Yeah, this watch is worth more than your car.
Yeah.
Oh, he did such a good job of being that
He was
sleazy
nasty.
fucking-
He was
Dude, you know
fucking
what
jerk
though?
off.
He was a fucking asshole, but these are a bunch of hothead fucking dudes that are super competitive. And I think that type of bullshit might have been what kind of motivating.
That was their spark, yeah.
Because if in a lot of situations somebody came in and acted like that big of a prick, people are going to get up and go, fuck you, especially in this day and age. Nobody lets anybody talk to them that way. We're all, my generation, we're entitled as fuck. Fuck you, you can call my mom, you're a dick.
Yeah.
Like, I'm out. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
exactly what I said.
Yeah.
Look, this is the thing, and you're not wrong. I mean, I'm not joking. in junior high, this is how our fucking coaches talk to us in a school.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Like we were getting in the locker room, they spoke to us this way, telling us we were pieces of shit.
Jack
you know,
wagons.
all this. I mean, honestly, and
Let's bring that back.
you know, you guys are gonna fucking get out there and act like a bunch of pansies, or even worse. You know.
And you know what? You didn't. But now they're
Yeah.
not allowed to talk to you like that.
And now-
what do they act like? A bunch of
The pansies.
I was
pansies.
about to say the same thing. I was like, no, not even that. I'm like, yeah, the fucking soft parenting crazy shit, which I do. Like, you know, like this whole generation's all shooting up fucking schools and shit. Like from my
Yeah.
age on, like that's
Yeah.
the ones that everybody wins a trophy. So whenever you don't get your way, you lose your shit.
Guys, can
yeah.
we just all agree to go out there and have a good time and practice good sportsmanship?
You know
Okay,
why
Ted.
we didn't shoot up schools when I was a kid? Because you knew the coach was going to beat the shit out of you if you tried.
Yes.
You know, you were scared of everybody. You're scared of the principal.
I think
now here's the thing.
A healthy amount of fear is good.
I'm all for fucking equal rights and shit, but we should not have hot principals. That's part of the issue.
Like temperature or like,
No, attractive. Because here's the thing. That
Go on.
are you talking about
Interesting
Everett's
theory.
principal?
well, she doesn't work there anymore, Casey.
But that's who you're talking about.
Oh,
huh?
she's pretty. She doesn't work there anymore.
No. She went on. She's she's going to be a superintendent.
Oh, good for her.
Jared will keep up with her. We'll figure out what.
I actually
Nobody's
really
ever
liked
had
her.
a principal that looks like this. Nobody. I'm telling you right now.
Young Kathy Ireland?
Not young. Fucking Kathy Ireland, like a fine wine.
Do you know who she looks like? I'll tell you exactly who I feel like she looked like. Did you ever watch that show, Friday Night Lights?
No.
She's in a more relevant show. Hold on, I'll get back to that.
We're talking about principal, right?
Anyway, the point is that
She was
when
a little medicine woman, Dr.
when
Quinn.
I was a kid, my fucking principals had like greased back hair.
Connie Britton.
They were goddamn terrifying looking. They literally look. They're pencil protectors and shit.
Like in Matilda? Like the
I don't
the
know that
headmistress?
reference. I wish I
Trunchbull?
did.
Yeah.
Did anybody of y'all watch Nashville? Or that there's a new show called
No.
Dirty John out. That's like a
No.
No.
thing. So okay, Connie Britton. That's like what she looked like.
Well, anyway, kids aren't scared of anything anymore. You know?
Because their principals are too hot.
Yeah, that's where
Okay.
it starts.
I don't know. I don't think that our middle child principal is probably that hot, and I think he'd still be comfortable telling her to go fuck herself. Or
Oh, that
himself.
happened in my son's second grade
I bet
class.
I bet you $1,000 his counselor is hot. Somebody is hot in that kid's life for sure, because it's a different goddamn world now.
It's you.
No,
It's you.
It's not me.
You're the hot one in his
Oh,
life.
that's true. Thank you, buddy.
Daddy issues.
Yeah.
Hashtag.
Hashtags hot dad.
And now, Jared Goes to the Movies presents everyone's favorite podcast game show. It's time for 5 questions, where we ask 6 questions, and the high score is 7. Here's your host, Jared Reddick.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right. Now, here's what's going on. This is going to be a little bit different tonight in getting going, because what has happened is we have had a John Gickler, longtime friend and fan of the show, longtime 5 Questions producer, has suggested a rule change.
He wrote into the hotline.
That's wrote into the hotline. So we're here as usual, and also so our players this week are going to serve on the panel to help us make sense of this.
Okay.
And then be the first to actually play this game. So up first here, Josh Millman, buddy. How's it going, my
God.
friend? Josh Millman. Josh Millman. Hold on, let me give you a record here. I got to wait for OneNote to open up.
Don't.
It's fucking...
You're talking about people that got fucked in the ass by that coin toss?
Yeah, you one of them?
Prime example, man. It's me.
I don't know. I gotta say, Jason Ellsworth for okay. Here it comes. Hold on. I'm waiting on one. I wasn't ready, guys.
Don't you worry about your record. You still fine as hell.
Oh,
Yeah, Eric got all tingly there for a minute.
Yeah, he shuddered.
No.
Was that shuddering?
There you. I didn't even know they were going to be here today.
Okay, here we go. All right, Josh. 7 wins out of 20 attempts. You're right. You have been fucked over and over by the
33%.
Yeah, that's not bad. It's
30.
not terrible, but it's you going into when we started keeping score. You were one of our stronger players, and the coin toss is so. What we're doing tonight is we're going to try to eliminate the coin toss
In the
Okay.
most painful way possible.
That's right. Well, we're gonna go over this and see if we can make this, if we can make sense of this. Okay, so your brother I think, have y'all ever been against one another yet?
No,
No, we tried,
Jeff
and
didn't
then,
show up.
And Jeff did not show up. That's right.
Yeah.
Here for the second time.
I'll take that as a loss.
Second time ever, Jeff Millman, his brother. Jeff Millman.
Hi.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Doing great.
Are you
sitting in the driveway?
Okay, you are actually outside. That's not a fake background.
No, yeah, I just flew in, and I literally just got out of the car. I haven't seen my wife or dogs for like a week, so I'm hiding in the driveway.
And
Everyone was like, "Who's gonna do it? Who's gonna do it?"
And boy, are your arms tired. Okay, it's nice to see you, buddy.
everyone's spidey sense just started tingling.
Everybody just
Who's gonna take
lit
this
up.
one?
Like, dude, if you ever want to wake us up, just be like, I just flew in, and we're all like, oh shit, we're back. That's what it should have happened on
It's
last.
like waiting for that one guy's arm to fall off in a hot tub time machine. Like, oh,
We should. That's what y'all should have done last week. You should have just done a. I just flew in, my boy, my arms. All right. Also with us for the second time ever, and the beginning of our nickname giving here on the show, which has really it's really taken off. Everybody's loving their nicknames. With us tonight, Greg the Hammer Stevens. He was 0-1. Hey, buddy. Nice to see you.
I was going up against the Millman brothers, so I figured I'd wear my pride hat so I could support Dion and Eric.
I love it.
I gotta admit, I love it too.
No shame in my game.
All right, so here's what's going on. So the coin toss, as we said earlier, and maybe we haven't said it during this thing. Sean, edit this and make it sound awesome. But
it's terrible.
The coin toss sucks, and it fucks everybody over. Josh Millman, Jason Ellsworth, those two super strong players who don't get into the finals and then end up losing on that Sean super hard question. So John Gickler has suggested some rule changes. So you guys are going to be the panel, and of course, we will discuss it here. But as with everything else in my life, this is not a democracy. So I'll fucking decide at the end of this shit, right? Okay. Because if we try to make it a democracy, then people get all high and mighty. Amy starts to think it's her show and shit.
I mean,
that's true.
When you make it a democracy, you start to realize how stupid people are.
I'm just kidding. Amy.
Sooner or later, I'm going to take that pencil from you, too.
No, you're not.
Amy, I'm just kidding.
I'm just going to take everything in this room.
It's still your show. All right, guys. So here's what he said. John said, I would like to propose a rule change for 5 questions that would eliminate the dreaded coin toss for both winners and losers. In my opinion, the spirit of Sean's super hard question should be that the biggest loser has a chance to redeem themselves. If you just ask a standard tiebreaker question or flip a coin, with the winner getting a chance to go for the win, we really aren't getting the biggest loser.
But wait,
the biggest loser would be the one who lost the tiebreaker. You see what he's saying?
Yes, but we've always done it that way.
Yeah.
We flip a coin between the 2 lowest scores, and that lowest score has to answer the question.
I know, but the thing is what we're saying. If they're tied, I see what he's saying now. If they're tied, the loser of the coin toss would actually be the. Oh no!
Wait, no, that
that's
made
not
sense.
what he's saying. That's not what he's saying.
It's not what he's saying, but that would make sense.
He's saying that the biggest loser is actually the person that didn't make it into the. No, that's not it either, because that's not a thing. All right,
okay, Sean, here we go.
Okay, to me, it just sounds like we're just moving the coin toss to before the show.
Okay, all right, let's see if that's what he means. So I suggest that before the show starts, someone ask all the contestants a Price is Right style question and write down their unique answer. The question can be whatever you want it to. The answer is whatever you want. If the answer is a number that no one could know exactly or whatever, maybe the price of a six-pack of Miller Lite at the gas station near Jarrett's house, which I don't go into anymore.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't. I don't go in there. So that's not going to happen.
We're going to go Pretty Woman them.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, we are. Can't wait.
Made a huge mistake.
Huge. Or what is the population of Wichita Falls according to the 2020 census? That too, because it's always 101,000 or some shit. Like it just never.
How
grows.
tall is the world's smallest
skyscraper? Yeah, that's a good one actually. All right. Any question would work if the answer is a number that no one could possibly know off the top of their head. If after Jarrett's question and Eric's off on a tangent question, there is a tie, either for the loser or winner or both, then you would answer that answer. Fuck. This is complicated.
No, it's going to be fine.
Then you would. He fucked up this. It goes. Then you would the answers to the question to pick.
Yeah.
The winner and loser for Sean's super hard question.
So is he saying like the loser of that, or like you're a loser because you know what the population of Wichita Falls is?
No, not that, Sean.
Okay.
No.
That is.
That's too much.
I'm going back in the corner now.
Okay, he's saying if there's a tie for the winning spot, whoever is the closest to the answer without going over is the winner.
Oh.
But if there's a tie for the loser, it's the person who's furthest away.
Well, that's fucked up because then you can't.
You guess a billion.
Everybody, yeah. One infinity.
Infinity trillion.
$1. Okay, who's the closest to that? We could never fucking.
We'll just
one will
use
always win.
Closest.
Right.
I've got a pen. I've got a
that is a
comically
pencil,
large
sir.
pencil.
Okay, so
if it comes down to
everyone went over, whoever the bid is. Okay, if a tie happens for the lose. Okay, so he's given us. Okay, so all right, here we go. So we know what happens to the winner. They play Price is Right, and whoever gets closest wins. If they both go over, then whoever did less or that wins. That's the winner. Then he goes on to say, if a tie happens for the loser, it is the opposite. The loser is whoever went over and was the furthest away from the correct answer.
No, but we can't do that because people will just say, what's the population of Wichita Falls?
Right. Yep, you're exactly right. We can't do that. So the one question covers both winning and losing ties and works for three-way ties as well. Asking the question before the show ensures the loser doesn't intentionally throw the question. All right, so we get that. I hope I explained it very well.
Okay.
All right, so what he's saying is instead we basically take care of the tiebreaker in advance. Is this making sense to you guys on our panel? No. Greg the Hammer Stevens, Jeff Millman, and now Josh Millman's a school teacher. He doesn't fucking know what's going on, and he can understand middle school talk.
This is like standardized testing.
Right. Okay.
Doesn't make any sense.
Here is essentially what we're going to do.
Pointless.
And we're going to try this tonight.
And stupid.
All right. Here, we're going to try this tonight because I believe this is what he's saying.
You guys just don't tie.
Right.
Nobody tie, and we won't have to worry about it.
Right. Okay. But
Can we do it right in?
No, here's what we're going to do. So we're going to ask a Price is Right type question. Eric, you on this?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to ask a Price is Right type question before we start. All three of you guys will answer to the best of your ability. Now, this will only come into play if there is a tie for either winner or loser or a three-way tie to see where we go. If there's a three-way tie, though, we're fucked. Because
a three-way is, that's what a three-way is.
You're right. God damn it. Why don't I just put shit together like that in my head, you know? Like, put it together like a three-way, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
I think this is going to work. So then, in lieu of the coin toss, we go to the game, The Price is Right, and the person who, basically, you won the chance then to be the biggest loser. Is that right? Is that what I'm saying?
Sounds great.
Okay. So we're going to try it tonight, guys. Is that cool with y'all? And then this eliminates so there is some sort of skill involved in this. At least you have, I think what he's saying is it's like the difference between a slot machine and blackjack. In blackjack, you really don't have control over shit, but you sort of feel like you do, right? Because you're the one controlling whether you get cards or whatever. So you're going to control the number that comes out of your mouth, despite what it is. You can't control the goddamn coin toss, and it isn't always heads, despite what some of you might think. All right. So before we start each game, as we get into this, we will do let's call it the tiebreaker
championship of questions.
The tiebreaker championship of questions. Okay,
wow.
Cool.
Love
awesome.
It.
Sean, you're probably going to want to write that down. There's no fucking way we're going to remember that. All right, so we'll do the tiebreaker championship of questions.
You will write your answer down at the top of your answer sheet and then circle it and put the time stamp. But you don't tell us or
don't
anybody
tell us what
else.
it is. Yep, don't tell us what it is.
It only comes into play at the end if we need it.
And if you cheat, we're going to fucking know.
Yep.
Like, if you try to Google some shit.
Don't Google some shit.
All right. Okay, here we go.
Are you ready for that question of
Eric,
champions?
Ask him the tiebreaker question of champions.
All right. She went to Cleveland with a guy named Leland she met at the bank. What is the population of Cleveland, Ohio, as of 2019, the most recent data available?
All right, guys, guess what the
Nice.
population of Cleveland is, and then circle it at the top of your answer sheet.
Mark it with a sign only you would recognize.
And here's the thing, if it's at the top of your answer sheet, it doesn't matter after this that if anybody sees it, we'll all see it each time you write down another answer, but it's too late to change it. So
It ensures
that's an ensure there's no
they don't
cheating.
Change it.
That's right.
I'm going to write them down, too.
Yeah. Okay.
Dude, one of these guys I
Your
don't trust.
giant pencil.
You can't. Oh, we could have them give us the thing.
Hey,
Yeah, that's what we should do.
Yeah, you just have
we
to
write
phone it
down,
in
and then,
now.
and then you go, okay, and then if there's a tie, I go, hey, who was and you tell us what happens.
Here we go. We're figuring it out.
All right, Jeff Millman, what is the population of Cleveland, Ohio?
497,027.
Okay.
Okay, Josh.
You look ridiculous.
No,
You
Jeff.
look, Josh. That was Jeff. Josh, you look confused. What do you say?
I went 98,074.
Oh my goodness. Now it's Cleveland, Ohio we're talking about. They have major sport teams. All right. Okay. Now he here's what he's thinking. He's thinking that the town proper of Cleveland is small, but the MSA, the surrounding towns, make it into a major metropolis. That's what he's thinking.
Or he doesn't want to go over.
Greg the Hammer Stevens, what do you say?
probably way under, but I said 45,000.
45,000.
Man.
All right. So very safe bet by you in case both of the Millman brothers have gone over. Here's the thing. Nobody gives a shit about this until we get done with 5 questions. And as I've predicted, we're only 10 minutes away from starting the show, and we haven't even started the game yet.
We have one vote
And I'll probably
already.
be last.
We have one vote already for bringing back the coin toss in the chat. This is stupid.
I love it so much. God damn it. Okay. Here we go, guys. Well, you guys all know how to play. You have one veteran and then a couple of rookies, but we do understand that everybody. I don't know what I'm fucking saying right now. Okay, here we go, guys. We're gonna do questions about the movie. I actually do forget the name of this one. Glengarry Glen Ross. Here we go. Question number 1 will, of course, be about the movie I just said, Glengarry Glen Ross.
GGGR.
All right, guys, a pretty easy one for you here. In the movie that we're talking about right now,
Of which,
for the sales contest specifically, what are the prizes for first, second, and third? What are the prizes for first, second, and third for the monthly sales contest?
You're not taking off for spelling, right?
Never, because I personally can't even spell my own name.
but you have to be
Sorry. You have to be what?
reasonably close. You just
I mean, yeah, you
just
can't
put
wait
a bunch
down-
of letters on there and just
Yeah.
go, yeah, that's
You can't go.
Yeah, that's what I
know how to
meant.
spell it.
Can't like write down
Gosh.
Manhattan and go, no, that says zoo.
Right, because there's no O in Manhattan.
All right, guys, let's see here. Jeff Millman, who had to move inside. What did you start to lose your internet? What happened? The sprinklers went off?
So my phone's dying, and then the dogs found me and came out and attacked.
Oh man.
Got it. Well, you did a really great job moving to another place before you came up. And
Looked like Mission Impossible.
so once again, what are the prizes for number 1, specifically first, second, and third prize for the sales competition?
So first is a Cadillac, second is a knife set, and third is you're fired.
All right. Josh Millman, what did you say?
Cadillac, steak knives, getting fired.
All right. And then Greg the Hammer Stevens.
Cadillac, Eldorado, steak knives, getting fired.
That is correct. I'm going to give it to all 3 of you. I wish all of you would have said Cadillac, Eldorado, knives, third prize, you're fired. But that's fine. Fuck it, right? It wasn't Eldorado, though. But they do say Cadillac for the rest of the time.
Yeah, you
give
owe me
them
a
all
Cadillac.
a point. Yeah, give them all a point. All right, guys. In the same fucking scene, actually, this happens in sales. What does ABC stand for? Question number 2.
It's easy.
What does ABC?
It's easy as 1, 2,
1,
3.
2, 3.
Yep, already been chewed, I believe, is what.
Oh, that's right. ABC gum. Man.
Yeah.
That was right along there with the Pen 15 Club.
Old joke.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, that's like from my time, though. Hey, do you like ABC gum? Yeah. Here you go.
Here you go.
You want some ABC gum? Yeah. What's ABC gum? Do you like seafood? Remember
you just
that
open
shit?
your mouth. Yeah. I'm on a seafood diet.
Seafood.
You're like fucking eating peas or whatever. It's fucking
Ew,
gross.
nobody eats peas.
I do. I like them. All right, Josh. What does ABC stand for?
Always be closing.
All right, and Greg, what did you say?
Always be closing.
All right, and Jeff.
Always be closing.
That's right, guys. You got to always be closing. Oh, he always be closing.
You're not doing your part to keep these guys from having a three-way.
Well, I was limping in. I was limping in.
Story of my life.
All right, guys.
Same.
You want to do a racist question? I'd not be the racist. I'm going to say something from the movie that happened.
Oh.
You want me to?
Sure.
You're gonna make us be the racist?
We'll never
That's right.
take that out of context.
Here we go. In the movie that we're talking about right now, people want to avoid the Indian race. Specifically, what last name do they want to avoid making sales calls to?
It's so good.
That conversation gets racist as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he brings up some fucked up shit.
He brings up some kind of good.
Ed Harris is fucking, Al Pacino obviously runs away with this movie, but I cannot wait to talk about the acting. It's so fucking good. All right, Greg the Hammer Stevens, what'd you say?
Patel.
All right, Jeff.
Patel.
All right, Josh.
Patel.
Wow, guys, really good.
Man.
I actually used to have a friend who got last name.
This is tough. Yes, I have a few friends named Patel as well, and they're fucking great. They're
He went by the name Alabama, though. So.
they buy properties.
He went by Alabama.
They buy properties all the time. What did he say?
He said he went by the name Alabama.
Oh. All right, guys. Well, there we go. Question number 4 will, of course, be about the movie that we are talking about, guys. All right. In this movie, the character Shelley Levine, what is his nickname? Gotta understand. I would usually be bucking people off by now, but they're all super confident.
They're doing a good job.
Greg's really turned things around. Maybe he got off drugs or something.
I think maybe it's the hat.
He's like, nope, that can't be it.
All right, guys. A couple more seconds, and then you can tell me where, whatever the fuck I asked you. All right. We are back to you, Jeff.
The Machine.
All right. And Josh.
The Machine.
All right, Greg.
The Machine.
The Machine. Wow. Unbelievable. Is that 4? Was that 4? This is 5.
Woo!
My God, we gotta fucking
bring in the heat.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to fucking try and throw you guys on this one. I am very, very sorry. Let's see here.
I'm nervous.
Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. Hold on, let me think of a question here based upon my notes. God, I have a funny story to tell you guys about when this movie started. It's so fucking good. All right. What? What happened? Take tiebreaker question is not going to work with a 3-way tie. Yeah, I know. We know. Jesus Christ.
We know.
I know. I know. We fucking know. All right. Here we go. Let's just do this. Why don't we? Let's just do this. Fuck it. I want to see how good these guys really are. All right.
Turning it up.
Tell me real names. 5 actors in this movie. First and last names. 5 actors.
I'm going to have to switch to another page. I ain't got enough room.
His little tiny...
The next one should be just little tiny notepads.
We should do that. Yeah.
Little
Yeah.
comically sized,
Yeah.
undersized.
But we also stand a pencil that big with
Right. That's a fucking good idea. Actually.
Fun.
5 actors who played a role in this movie. Again, they all look confident. I think that's a fucking hard question for, the normal fan.
I don't think
I bet
so.
Vinny wouldn't
movie
fucking
is
name one.
Well,
fuck if I know.
Yeah, exactly.
you can't use the lowest common denominator.
That's okay. Well, there's other people that suck as bad as him. Fucking
Who?
Zaldor.
People that haven't even played yet are better than
Yeah, Zaldor would probably get 2 though, probably right. And then his sister-in-law would come in and
We're going to the bar.
All right, guys. Let's see here. Greg the Hammer Stevens, what'd you say?
I only got 4. I got Alec Baldwin, Alan Arkinson, or Arkin? I can't remember. Ed Harris and Jack Lemmon.
I'm going to say, I was actually going to ask if you were in the bathroom, Greg, and I fucking forgot. Are you in the bathroom?
No, I'm on my front porch.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Well, it really does.
Okay, I see it now.
Is there a toilet out there?
Yeah.
It is Alabama, right?
All right.
No, it's Tennessee, so it's still possible.
Jeff Millman, what did you say?
I only got 3. I'm blanking on the one guy's name. Al Pacino, Alec Baldwin, and Ed Harris.
All right.
Damn it.
Josh looks pretty confident here. Josh feels pretty good about this. Josh,
Here we go. Look at this
let's
wrist
see what
flip.
happens.
Alan Arkin, Kevin Spacey, Al Pacino, Alec Baldwin, Jack Lemmon.
Yes.
Wow.
Very,
That's
very
it.
good, buddy. Very good. Yeah, I mean, these are, you know what? That's not even that hard of a question. Those are all huge, huge actors. All right, Josh, you got 5. Jeff and Greg, you got 4. It's lining up to be a pretty good opportunity for us to use our new tiebreaker championship question
Of the world.
of the world. Here we go.
In the movie Glengarry Glen Ross, Josh, will you marry me?
Oh, he's got to see
He's
some
already married.
I'm waiting. Damn it. Okay.
a lady in waiting.
If you really want to win it, put a ring on it.
If you liked it. Alec Baldwin has claimed that he based the tone and delivery of his famous ABC monologue on George C. Scott's Wars Are Won speech from what 1970 Academy Award-winning film?
Ooh, I know that one.
As do I, because I wrote the question.
Yeah, I know this one.
Alec Baldwin claimed that he based his tone and delivery of his famous ABC monologue on George C. Scott's Wars Are Won speech from what 1970 Academy Award-winning movie film of America?
Ow. All right, guys, a couple more seconds. That was me. Absolutely was me. All right, Josh, what you got?
Patton.
All right, Greg.
I said Patton. Wasn't sure.
All right, and Jeff.
I said Men of Honor. I was
Men of
totally
Honor.
guessing.
It's Patton, right?
It's Patton.
The answer is
Wow.
Patton.
Patton D's nuts.
Well, guys, here's the
D's
deal.
nuts.
You know what? Sometimes strategy plays a really good role in this.
Yeah, just miss it on.
Well, you never know. I mean, because they could, it might not work out in his favor. But however, this is where we are. We're not going to get to use our new championship tiebreaker question of the world.
Damn it.
Because Josh is in the lead with 6. Jeff, you are losing with 4, which means, Greg, I'm sorry, you are out of the game. But but you can bask in the fact that you did not have the lowest score of the night.
And did way better than last time.
Very much,
There you
very much
go.
so. Jeff, here's what happens here, man. You now have a chance to answer Sean's super hard question. If you get it right, you win. You beat your brother. If you do not get it right, you are not a loser, but, you didn't win, did you?
It's time for Sean's questions, the 7th question, and sometimes it's hard.
Okay, Jeff, we got 4 categories. Here we go. The Machine, Real Estate, Academy Awards, Punk Rock 101.
The Machine.
The Machine.
A machine.
Shelley made a huge sale the morning after the robbery. Everyone in the office cannot believe it. Can you tell me the names of the clients, how many units they bought, and what was the total amount of the sale?
I can tell you 2 or 3. I cannot remember the names. I'm totally blanking on it.
Jarrett in the front.
It is the Nyborgs. They bought 8 units for $82,000.
Yeah, Bruce and Harriet.
That's correct.
Ladies and gentlemen, and Josh, just to be a dick to his brother, wrote down the answer to the question, throws his pad onto the ground, and Josh Millman, just like that, is back, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for him, everybody. And we are the champions, my friend. Hey, guys, that was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for being on our panel to decide which... We actually never really even discussed it. We just fucking went with it. By the way, Eric, what was the answer and who got the closest?
The closest would have been Josh, but he did go over. 385,282 is the correct answer.
But that...
sorry.
Would have been Jeff.
Jeff would have been the
You
closest.
always get us mixed.
But it's without going over, right?
But without going over,
so
it was
Josh would have won.
Yes.
Right. So Josh would have won.
He just rolled twice
Now,
in his brain.
had we had the other two been tied for the loser thing, then Steven would have won.
Who is Steven?
Sorry, God damn it. Greg the Hammer Stevens would have won.
Because he was the furthest away?
No, because he wasn't over, right?
Yeah, but...
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what? We'll work on this. Maybe we'll start another thread about this and we'll discuss it. We didn't need it this week. Again, give it up for everybody's favorite, Josh Millman. Jeff, thank you so much. Greg, thanks for being here. And as always, you guys know that I do mean this. We could not do this show without you guys. I wish that everybody could be on every week because it's always a joy to see you. And you know what? We'll see you next time. Y'all be good. Hang out on the chat if you can. It's Friday night. It's Thursday night. It's party night. And we'll just see what happens. All right, y'all be good.
So what's this meeting about?
I don't know. It better be about our tools. My hammer is falling apart in my hands.
Elves can't build with tools like this.
I'll never be done with my toys by Christmas.
Everyone settle down. This is Winter's Breath. He's an elf from the home office.
Can I have your attention for a moment because you're talking about what? You're talking about the hammer? Bitching about the quality of your wood, some pixie you're trying to screw. Let's talk about something important. Put that cocoa down. Cocoa is for cobblers only. You think I'm screwing around? I am not screwing around. I am here from Kris Kringle. I'm here from the North Pole, and I am on a mission of mercy. Your name is Honeydew?
Yeah?
And you call yourself an elf, you son of a bitch?
Hey, I don't have to listen to this.
You certainly don't, pal, because the good news is you're fired. The bad news is you've got 1 week to regain your jobs, starting with tonight's build. Oh, have I got your attention now? Good. Because we're adding a little something to this month's toy contest. As you know, first prize is a shiny new toboggan. Anybody want to see second prize? Second prize is a box of candy canes. Third prize is you're fired. Everybody get the picture? You laughing now? Huh? You got tools. Santa paid good money for those tools. You can't build with the tools you have. You can't build garbage. You are garbage. Hit the bricks, pal, and beat it because you are going out.
Hey, our tools are weak.
Your tools are weak. The effing tools are weak. You're weak. I've been in this business for 615 years.
Hey, what's your name?
Screw you. That's my name. And you want to know why, mister? Because you rode a hedgehog to work, and I got here on a talking moose. That's my name. Remember, boys and girls, always, A, always, B, B, C, closing. Always be always be cobbling, always be cobbling.
That's incredible.
What's the problem, pal?
Well, I mean, you're such a hero. You're so rich. Why are you coming down here and wasting your time with a bunch of bums?
You see this gumdrop? You see this gumdrop? This gumdrop costs more than the mushroom you call a house. You see, pal, that's who I am. And you're nothing. Nice guy, I don't care. Good father, elf for you. Go home and play with your kids. You want to work here? Cobble. I can sit here tonight with the tools you got, make myself 15 train sets tonight in 2 hours. Can you? Can you?
No.
Get mad, you sons of bitches, get mad. You know what it takes to be one of Santa's elves? It takes brass balls to be an elf. The tools are out there. Build with the tools. You don't? I got no sympathy for you. And you know what you'll be saying? Bunch of losers sitting around the reindeer shed drinking fermented dew out of acorn caps. Oh, yeah. I used to be one of Santa's elves. It's a tough racket. These are the new tools. Whoa. These are the new Glengarry line of power tools. And to you, they're gold. And you don't get them. Why? Because to give them to you is just throwing them away. They're for cobblers. I wish you good luck, but you wouldn't know what to do with it if you got it. And to answer your question, pal, I'm here because Santa asked me to be here as a favor. I said the real favor, follow my advice and fire your elfin ass because a loser is a loser. Oh, and one more thing. You all get holiday bonuses. It's still Christmas.
That is incredible.
I'm glad that I never saw that because I would never have
gotten
appreciated
it.
No.
I mean, I would have thought it was funny.
It was funny.
Yeah, I wouldn't have
gotten the closing thing. That would have been like, oh, he fucked up. Like,
that was funny.
Yeah, that was great.
When Amy Poehler kind of almost cracks.
Yeah, and he's just like, oh, you're laughing now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really great. Yeah, I definitely would not have known. All right, so as we get into, and everybody, realizing, again, like it's a play. So as you look back on these duets, man, there's some fucking great ones. I mean, this first really, really good one is Jack Lemmon and Kevin Spacey. And how it just sort of like goes from the office into the car and like that negotiation of, where he's like this guy, as you say, Eric, is so desperate. He's getting 10% already and he's willing to give him 10% of that. Just let me have these goddamn leads, man. Give me the leads.
And then what did it get up to? $50 a lead?
Then it got into 20% and $50 a lead.
Then he wouldn't even let him pay him the next
he had
day.
36
morning.
bucks. He had 36 bucks. He's like, give me two of them and I'll then he's like, give me two old, and he just keeps going, good night, or whatever. Now,
I've kind of sided with the manager on this one. Leave me alone. I couldn't help it.
I actually agree with that 100%.
It was too much. Like, dude, I'm doing my fucking job. Go. You're trying to do your job. I'm trying to do mine. Go the fuck away.
How you climb up the ladder is you sell a bag of dumb shit to the dumb shits, and then we'll give you the good properties to go sell to the people that have the real money.
Yeah, but then you see...
That's not the fuck... That's how the goddamn world works.
But then you see what happens when he did, quote, sell to the dumb shits. They didn't have any money. It was worthless.
That's true.
It was a complete waste of time.
I guess the thing is, I mean, in a way, I kind of get giving your most valuable jobs to the people that fucking have a higher rate of
absolutely
finishing the job.
Sure. Yeah.
Like,
that's how the world works, right?
100%.
Isn't that the whole point of the movie?
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah. I mean, it's fucked up, and I know he had a sick kid, and that sucks.
I was waiting for more of that.
I know. I didn't get very much of that.
Knowing that it's a play, there was not time for that development.
You needed to get that throughout the whole thing. It needed to be... So you needed to pick it up the second time he called.
Right.
So the first time you're thinking it's his wife or whatever. The second time you needed to figure out that it's his daughter. And then the second time is the desperate scene, or the third time is the very last scene where he just goes, my daughter. And he just goes, fuck you. Mm-hmm. So like they're all so expressive. Everybody in the office knew this guy's daughter was sick or whatever else was going on. And again, that's why plays are so awesome, is because you pay attention to the dialogue and they're putting these little pieces of the puzzle, and because they don't have the luxury of being able to throw to the fucking hospital bed. You have to sort of build all that
right
in the head or whatever. But how crazy is it? I'm assuming that most of you guys know Jack Lemmon from Grumpy Old Men.
Right.
Grumpy Old Men or whatever. I mean, how funny is it to just hear him swear like a fucking sailor?
Oh, yeah.
because you guys know that he is the original. Do y'all know the Odd Couple?
Yeah.
No,
absolutely.
I mean, I've heard of it, but I don't.
Yeah, so he
know.
is the original Odd Couple Broadway television, where then that gets remade into a television show, super successful later. But he's a theatrical guy. He is made for the stage, and so you see the shit that he's doing with his face and some of these scenes and stuff, and you're just like, my God, like he's saying 25,000 words with just his eyes.
So everybody else in the cast, even though I think the acting is A+++, I saw Alec Baldwin, I saw Kevin Spacey, I saw Al Pacino, but Jack Lemmon and Ed Harris, I saw them as their character for whatever reason, and I don't know if it was just their acting is better, maybe I'm just not quite as familiar with them on a, having seen them in a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
But those two guys seemed like, it's like every time I see Brad Pitt in a movie, I know I'm watching Brad Pitt. You can call him whatever you want.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But I know I'm always watching him.
When you forget who it is you're looking at.
When you forget who you're looking at. And again, maybe it's the familiarity, but I
put
think
Al
there's part of
Pacino
it.
in that. I totally agree with you on those two actors. And maybe it's just that we've seen Al Pacino do that so many times.
Yeah.
Because I forget that he's Al Pacino in this movie, especially when he gets back to the office and there's a cop in there and he's like,
Fired
who
up.
the fuck are you? And then he goes in, but he could change his, oh, wait a minute. Let's say, hey, you know what? And he takes a minute. He goes, we'll get to this obviously, but let's celebrate what you did. Okay. I'm going to sit down now and take the time and listen to you. And then the next thing, he's just like, fuck you, whatever.
You owe me a
that surprised me.
Cadillac.
I mean, it was really great. But, even Alan Arkin, all of these guys are some of the best actors ever. And despite what you think about Kevin Spacey, we don't need to get into all that at this point.
I think he's amazing.
But he's fucking great. And this
You can't say he's a bad actor. You can't say that.
This particular character for him was so perfect because he's just snotty enough, but also he's not dumb. There's a reason he has that job.
Just like Casey said, he's doing his job.
Yeah.
He's being the boss. He's putting his foot down. No, I'm not going to give you, even if he does feel for the guy, I'm not going to go out
I think
on.
that the reason that management positions are difficult in general, people are like, I could fucking manage people. Whenever you're in it, whenever you're not a manager, I could fucking do their job better than they could. But the reason that it's hard is because you can't fucking make everybody happy.
Yeah.
You have to be the dick.
I could
sometimes.
not do it.
So I will say, and of course, nobody ever likes the foreman, right? If you're a construction worker, you fucking hate the foreman. Nobody really wants that job. The reason you get that job is because you want the fucking security, right?
Yeah.
They're like, they tell Kevin Spacey, you get your ass eaten alive if you're out here on the sales floor. We're out there making you money. But it is really the truth.
But the only counter to what you guys are saying is it is different when someone who has done the work gets moved into a position like that, as opposed to someone who comes from the outside.
Sure.
A younger person, especially.
Gets put into a role managing a group. And so there were enough instances in the film of people telling him he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. And yes, maybe it's sour grapes and maybe it's being bitter about the way things are going and maybe it's the desperation and maybe it's all these things. But it's also possible that he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Enough people pointed out in enough different ways. Then he opens his big mouth at the end, and that's kind of one of those pivotal scenes. And so, yes, the possibility exists that he's just a guy in a coat and tie who is friends with the managers or whatever and gets put in a position that he's not qualified for, because sales, unlike some other jobs, you probably do need a ton of sales experience to be able to manage a team of salesmen. It's not something that you could have managed an IT department somewhere and then those skills may not necessarily translate to managing a sales staff.
Honestly, probably what the deal is, and again, I'm speculating, and what I kept thinking is, this dude went to college. these other guys started as a sales guys or whatever.
Oh,
they're never
just
going to
because of
have
the
that
age?
job. It's kind of like, the military works that way in some instances where it's just like, yeah, I got a college degree. I'm going to go in. I'm going to be above all of these dudes.
An officer.
These other dudes below me are like way better fucking soldiers and know way more about shit, but I've got to go in here and learn how to manage things, do all this stuff. That's, there it is. You're showing your commitment to different things, different ways, whatever. But to me, it just seemed like, okay, and they did say maybe you're somebody's nephew or whatever.
Yeah, there's been a couple of references. Yeah, I don't give a fuck whose cousin you are.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck who you're blowing.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Man, Jack Lemmon, though, here we've had that first just, goddamn, you just saw the desperation. We keep saying that word, but in his eyes goddamn it, he did. That last fucking scene where he does the what about my daughter and he just says, fuck you. And then he does this look over to the left.
And then you see all the tears in his eyes.
And the tears over to his eyes or whatever. That gave me the chills just now. The one hair on my arm is standing up. There's two? Okay, you see them? Okay, it's good lighting.
You've matured.
I have. Well,
You're really growing up, babe.
I really am. But
Jared, I don't want you to be alarmed, but at some point you're going to start growing hair in your private areas.
Oh, okay. All right.
And it's nothing to be ashamed of.
I'm excited about it, actually.
Really glad that you're brave enough to share this
You need
with everyone.
to clean it once a week or so.
Oh, my God. I'm not going to
more.
I'm not going to be recircumcised.
Is there anything left to
No, recircumcised.
lop off?
Uncircumcised. No. I think they took too much off the first time.
Yeah.
Just put it on the fucking chopping block.
Oh, so you're gonna get more added?
I'm gonna get some added. Yeah.
Okay.
Just a bunch of foreskin.
I hear if they take your eyelids.
Oh my God, that would fucking work.
Yeah.
Holy hell.
Then I would just be like this all the time.
They did that though.
But I'd have
there was a procedure.
I know I said better
sew it
for worse
around.
and all that stuff, but I don't think I could do like just open giant eyeballs all the time.
I know, but there
was a kid though.
There'd be some more stuff. in my
Could you
TT,
deal
though.
with 4 inches worth of
foreskin?
Foreskin.
Four.
You have to like, hold on, let me shove this in there first.
Oh God, that's
gotta
like
let-
bad moms.
like an earwick, like just
No, it's like bad moms. That bad moms, or the bad moms when she's talking about you can't get it hard, so they just kind of like bend it over and just kind of shove it in there.
That's me every time I drink.
Yeah,
I feel like
been there.
Like I'm
I
just
mean,
gonna
you do though. There was the kid that was born without eyelids though, and it's the same skin, and they did the procedure. You didn't hear about it.
Oh, you're saying the reverse. They took foreskin and make
because
eyelids?
it's the same skin. It's really thin and it's flexible,
right.
and so they did a transplant. He was just a little cockeyed.
And he got.
I knew it. I was just like
Roadhouse.
It's like we're setting it up.
I'm surprised
And
you
I
never
didn't know.
heard about it.
That was an amazing sell, though.
It was.
Yeah, that was really good.
That was a Phil Berry, circa '93.
So,
Yeah.
how awesome is it though when you see Jack Shell's character go in for the house call and he goes in?
Nope, I hated every
and
second
I
of
thought
it.
that. See, y'all were gonna say that because just the anxiety of like he comes
I
and
hated
it's like he's
every-
like fucking moving in.
Every single this is the thing. You just mentioned the scene where you said, "What about my daughter?" The reason that the "What about my daughter" line has such a huge impact is because it is the only second in this entire movie that he says a genuine fucking sentence.
Right.
Because everything
He's not
is
selling anything.
everything is a sales. Even like on the phone with the fucking hospital. Well, I guess it would. I guess it is actually pretty urgent and blah blah blah. And yes,
Right.
ma'am, and all this stuff. And I feel like every time he talked to anybody, I felt like grossed out. I'm like, oh,
slick.
stop!
They
It's
all did
sleazy.
that, but
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. That's all
why he's
did
so
that
good.
to
But
each
his,
other.
his was that desperation came off as like the fucking your crackhead friend that's trying to get money out of you. I did
Yeah.
not like it. Like,
Can you imagine being that person or one of his loved ones? It would be exhausting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you constantly question, is he being genuine or is he just trying to sell me so I'll get over being mad at him or whatever?
I have a few stand-up comic friends, and 90% of them, it's fine. They can kind of turn it off or whatever. But I do have a few that they don't have the ability to ever turn it off.
Ooh.
And it is, I love them, but it's fucking exhausting.
I have been
It's-
to places with you where you've had like a group of comedian friends,
Mhm.
And I feel like because they're in a group, they're competing the entire time.
Yeah.
And
not even trying. They just
and so it's just this, but it becomes this real high energy, but like just more than is appropriate. Like
it
bam, 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 and you're like, okay, everyone, can we just like eat our food though?
Yeah, you just get. That's right. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. But yeah, and it gets to that point where it's like, okay, guys, we're not gonna just keep one-upping one another. I'm pretty good, I think, about just being quiet in those scenarios. But no, don't you think, or am I not? Am I bad at it?
Yeah, no, you're no.
I'm not. God damn it.
What's the right answer here? I don't know.
I'm just not good at anything today.
That's not true.
But I bet though, if you're in a
Not a
situation
trophy.
like that, like she's describing, there are so many. I could see you taking a back
You
seat
can
at
hold your
least,
own
like,
in those situations, but you don't feel like
Sure.
I don't feel like it becomes this like giant campy like like
whip it out.
It's not exhausting.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm definitely not intimidated by that. But I will say though that again, it's like you have dudes that. I mean, I know guys that they're just you just want to have an actual conversation at some point, and it's like, dude, I mean, we're getting nowhere here. Fuck, I got to move on. Now again, but this house call, how he gets himself in the house, jacket comes off, hat cuts, he picks up the fishing pole, he's on the couch, and that's it, right? You establish yourself and make it uncomfortable for them to ask you to leave.
Yes.
Oh, I was imagining myself in that position, and obviously now it's not a thing. Like as a woman, no man would ever shove their way in and just sit on your couch.
Hi-oh, ding ding ding.
And then, even just in this day and age with technology,
They
my
might.
doorbell rings. Fuck you. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I
If you
don't
call
answer
me,
the
I'm not
door.
answering. Like,
Listen to me. If you have not texted me and said I'm at the door, you're not fucking coming in. I don't give a shit.
Nope.
That's the reason why that fucking ring doorbell's up there.
Exactly.
Ugh, that's so uncomfortable.
Yeah. And also, God damn it, this fucking DoorDash. They do this thing where they ring the doorbell twice.
And then they just run?
Oh, I see what you just did.
Oh.
But my notes on
You wanna know
my.
what we call that?
What? Oh, yes. Ding dong ditch.
No, that's not what we called it.
Oh, okay.
Mississippi.
Right. Okay. Anyway, so I fucking hate
That.
DoorDash.
I had a DoorDash experience today.
Yeah?
I usually have pretty good experiences, but we were waiting on our food, and then I see the DoorDash number calling, so I answer, and she says, "Hola,"
Oh.
and I was like, "Hey,
Hi.
hi, hey," and she said, "Espanol," and I said, "No."
Nope.
I'm on speaker and I look at the map and she is nowhere close.
Oh,
she was
shit.
like, in Spanish, I can tell she's saying my address, and I'm like, no, it's a cul-de-sac, a circle street. I don't know how to say it. And
Sure.
she took her a long time, but I ended up sending her a picture of our house. This is
Yeah.
what you're looking for. And she got there eventually, but man,
Yeah, sometimes you gotta drop a pin,
I did. Yeah, I
Yeah.
did that too. And
Yeah.
I felt bad for her. I wasn't even mad about it. I just felt bad.
Right.
Because
What
she
did you
was
get?
so lost. Thai food.
Oh, that's what's coming out of your butt. Okay, I got
That's
it.
it.
I'm sorry I didn't remember.
Actually, I'm doing a lot better than I expected.
Yeah,
so.
you have really held your own.
Well, the wine will help.
I've strong bottomed it.
yeah, not old Amy Loose
Amy
bottom.
Strong Bottom. All right. So, as we get into, again, some of these, I understand how these ones would have driven you a little bit crazy because Alan Arkin and Ed Harris.
Those are the interactions that drove me completely
It's
mad.
so fast and so good, and they're both trying to sell each other something.
And Arkin's character, I think, has some sort of defect in some way because he always seemed to me like he was 15% behind.
Yeah, I was say like several
Right.
steps behind.
The thinking.
But you never figure out
Right.
what it is.
Maybe he's just an awkward person.
I don't
Maybe.
know. I mean, he called him out on the fact that, I mean, it takes him a second, but the guy keeps going, no, I'm not gonna, Jerry Graff went into business for himself, and he's like, somebody should hurt them, like where they live and, all of this shit. Right. And he's like, wait a minute. are you saying you're going to do this? No, I'm not saying that at all. Well, you sort of are saying that, aren't you? Or are you not saying it?
He kind of felt like Lenny from Of Mice and Men to me, just kind of, he was getting convinced that he was going to be in trouble even if this guy went off and did something.
Right.
And I think most people would kind of go, no, if you go do that and I don't want to be a part of it, I will just tell people you did it.
Yeah, I feel like he was being duped and just kind of he was just kind of dumb. And maybe that's where that feeling came from. Like maybe he's just a little slower.
That's what I couldn't pinpoint.
Yeah, that's the thing. I got the impression that he just wasn't very intelligent and they knew that and he was trying to manipulate him.
Right.
And maybe like those things he was saying, he's trying to kind of test him.
Yeah.
Like, is he gonna?
Yeah, I definitely didn't get that. The one thing that I really did like was the language when they're at the bar and he goes, are we speaking about this? So we're speaking about that as an idea. If we're talking about that, we're actually planning this. Like what, are we speaking or talking?
Yeah.
And then he finally just, we're talking about this. So you're saying that you are going to do this, you know, and you have talked to Jerry Graff and you have, you know, done this or whatever. So we're going to do $2,500 a piece. That's 500 leads, 10 a piece, you know, $10 a piece, whatever. Then later he slips up and he's just like, so, you know, that's how we're going to get the 7,500. He goes, wait a minute. You said 2,500 each.
Well, that's your part.
2,500 is your part.
Don't worry about my part.
The rest is my concern. You in or out, you know, if you're out, you're an accomplice basically. Like, buck, right?
Right. But that's what I mean.
That's where I feel like he was just dumb.
Yeah. He, I definitely see that now. It's funny because maybe the actor here got me because you always see Alan Arkin and not that. Like in all of the movies that he's in, he's always sort of like on top of the whole thing. He's authority or the head or whatever. And so maybe just my predisposition of what I would think about what he is got in the way of me realizing that he's, you know.
I think he's the buffoon.
He's your brother Bilo.
Yeah. He's Bilo.
Yeah.
My brother?
No, you don't have a brother Bilo.
Cousin Bilo?
Actually, I don't know. Talking to you about your brother last week, you may consider him your brother Bilo. Sean, next.
3.
We didn't do clip 2? No, I was trying to get your attention. Oh, fuck. I just talked through the whole thing.
Because we played that Saturday Night Live clip.
Right.
Shit, because the Alec Baldwin thing. I started after. Okay, play clip 2, and we'll make sure we didn't miss anything. Then we'll go to the next thing.
Yeah.
Why take 10%? A 10% sales commission? Why are we giving the rest away? What are we giving 90% for? For nothing. For some jerk sit in the office, tell us get out there and close. Go win a Cadillac. Graff, he goes out there and buys. He pays top dollar for the, you see?
Yes.
For the leads. That's thinking. No, he's got the leads. He goes in business for himself. That's what? That's thinking. Who? Who's got a steady job? A regular job, a couple bucks nobody's touched. Who?
Nurses.
Graff goes and buys a fucking list of nurses. $1 grand. He paid 2, I'll eat my hat. 4,000 or 5,000 nurses, he's going wild.
He is?
Yeah, he's doing very well.
I heard they were running cold.
The nurses?
Yeah.
You hear a lot of things. No, he's doing very well. He's doing very well.
With River Oaks?
River Oaks, Brook Farms, all that shit. Somebody told me, you know what he's clearing himself? 14, 15 grand a week.
Himself?
That's what I'm saying. Why? He's got the leads. He's got the good leads. What are we? We're sitting in the shit here. Why? Because we got to go to them to get them, huh? 90% our sales we're paying to the office for the leads.
Well, there's the leads, there's the overheads, there's the phones, there's a lot of stuff.
What do you need? Telephone? Some broad to say good morning? Nothing. Nothing. It's the leads. The whole thing is the leads. You understand me? You can't sell to avoid. You got to get a goddamn person. You get a lead, you get a person. I'll go in there and sell them. Huh? Otherwise, what do they want from my life?
So it turns out, though, right, that the leads they're things where someone has sent in a questionnaire, or they've filled out, or they've called a number, or they've done something to show, hey, I'd be interested in that kind of thing.
Yeah, they've actually inquired already.
Right.
You don't have to just cold call.
Right. But I guess some of them have been checked out or pre-screened or something, and here are the ones that Alec Baldwin can have.
Yeah, their like financials have been kind of checked.
Yeah.
Like, oh, these people could actually buy this real estate, and these people are just trying to get someone to talk to.
We have that in our sales funnel. I mean, I don't work in sales, but marketing works with them enough to know. And we get offers all the time for qualified leads. We get offers for leads that are just based on a profile and so that's the bottom of the barrel, right? If someone contacts us and says, we have a list of 1,000 decision makers at telecom companies. Well, that doesn't do anybody any good.
Right.
Then you get to kind of the next level of, we have a list of leads of companies that we know in the next 2 or 3 years are wanting to invest millions of dollars in this specific type of network infrastructure. Okay, well, that's better. And, you can kind of get,
you can narrow
like
it
you're
down.
talking about, good leads are those who have expressed interest already. You've got an affirmative, reason to be reaching out to them. Some mediocre leads might be a little more cold call-y, but at least they know who you are. You know that they are looking to do a certain thing. And then there's those leads that are just, here's a list of men aged 18 to 40 who live in Texas. Now go sell to them.
Right. Yeah. I mean, man, that's the thing, right? And it's funny because when you think about sales, you sort of go instantly to retail and not that. But sales, I would never want to do that. And
I would be the worst.
Unless you're good at it. My mom's been in sales like most of my life.
Oh, your mom would, yes,
and
of
she
course.
kills, and she's just built for it.
I say that my brother, stolen from Tommy Boy, could sell a ketchup popsicle to a woman in white gloves. He could sell anything to anyone, anytime. And I didn't get that gene.
Yeah.
I can be nice to people.
Exactly. And I could
sell.
converse with people, and I could definitely talk to anyone or whatever. But something about just trying to convince somebody to get something they don't need or don't want or whatever.
If they tell me no, I'd be like, okay, have a good day.
Because
I don't want to sound like a
your
weirdo,
mom is
but
in sales, though, to where she's selling something to people that are going to buy that from somebody.
Yes, but she started with copiers and then paper and told
That's
them.
true. That is absolutely true.
She's worked her way up.
You're right.
I mean, she started at the very, very lower level, cold calling, random ass sales.
True.
And now she's in a specific, industry.
Yeah. It's like your cousin Jacob sells trucks.
Yeah, because he has the con artist gene that my mom and him
And
have.
it is fucking incredible to hear this guy talk, because it's like,
every time you see him, you're just like, that guy's the best.
His job, people call him yeah, we need a truck. He's like, I hope you don't need it for a year and a half, because that's when we're delivering trucks. It's like he's selling fucking trucks to people that want them in a year and a half. It's like, how is that? I'm instant gratification guy.
Same.
First of all, I don't want to be that salesperson or the person wanting the truck in this deal.
Neither one of those sound awesome.
All of this sounds fucking terrible, right? Jesus Christ.
I think there's enough people who feel the way we do that, I know what it's like when someone's trying to sell me something and I say no, and they keep doing that shit. I have almost walked out of a car deal.
Oh, yeah.
Agree to everything, do everything, and then get in that room in this bullshit free car wash every week bullshit that I know I'm not ever going to use, even if I did. And a guy, but I got a camera here and they've got to hear me say my piece. And I'm like, I'm walking out if you say any more about a car wash. I will walk out of here. I will walk out of here if this guy says anything else about a car wash.
Yeah.
Show that to your fucking boss. But
I stopped going to our guy because of that same fucking reason. It was I'm going to get an oil change. It's in our fucking package. Fuck you about tires and rims and stuff. I don't like that.
Yeah. They don't do that to me. At the dealership, there's not an upsell. It's
and now he takes my shit there.
That's right. But if it's I am terrible at the upsell. I don't buy extended warranties on shit.
Oh, you should, man. I mean, have you ever thought, if you break down the cost of what a repair is versus just a low monthly payment of $12.95 a month?
You know what? My husband is no longer allowed to answer the door. Because he will buy anything
That's the thing too,
that
Jared,
comes to our door.
Kind of an easy sell.
There is a man in a truck that's selling steaks out of the the toolbox
I would never
of his
buy
truck.
anything like that. I'm not.
See, that's some shit I would buy.
Derek will do.
Yeah, I am not a hard sell.
You got tamales in your trunk? Fuck yeah, get
Pretty
those in my
easy
mouth.
to.
Like-
I don't know. It just depends on because the thing is, that's why I just try not to ever make eye contact with anybody. And just do my own goddamn thing. Because I'm
just super nice in my denial. I always say, thank you, no, but I really appreciate your offer. I respect what you do, but no thank you.
I'll be honest, and maybe it's just because I was raised by a saleswoman. I actually, in a lot, I mean, obviously not huge, this is not fucking real estate sales or whatever the fuck my mom does, but like I've had to, required to have sales numbers and things like that in my jobs over the years. And I never one time, like, I don't think ever had somebody go like, no, thank you. Because like, I don't know why people don't know how to just talk to people. And I always had really, really high sales numbers, but I would have like coworkers who would have people being like, I really just don't want that. And I'd hear it. And I'm like, what the fuck are you saying to this lady? I make her say that.
There is a very slight thing in your voice. Like if I go to Ulta and I go to check out and somebody's like, do you want to sign up for the 20%? You'll get a discount of this if you no.
Right.
And then, hey, just looking out for you. If you wanted to sign up for this and you might save this, just letting you know, there's a completely different approach.
You know what? You know what gets me? And I swear this is true. Like if that same person is like, if you ever have considered it, I got to get 5 of these a week. And
the honest person,
it would do me actually a really.
Oh, God,
I would sign up for it.
I'm signed up at fucking Old Navy or something. I put it on 2 different phone numbers, both of ours.
You know what? Fuck it. I'll sign up for that shit. I don't give a fuck.
It wasn't sales necessarily, but when I was working at Albertsons, I don't know if you guys knew this, but the grocery store.
Wait,
it was the
Rewind. Original Albertsons is in Boise.
I did.
I don't really. No, I don't think. I think that's
good for you.
I think that's a lie.
So once a year they would have this
tourist trap.
They had this well, it was a fundraising charity thing where you bought these shamrocks for $1 and you write your name on them and we put them up on the front of the store.
Sure.
And whatever.
Yeah, totally.
And so they wanted us to sell those, right? Or to ask people, solicit donations.
I get that, yeah.
Well, people are terrified. We're all high school kids and don't know how to talk to people. And it was tough. But man, I fucking figured it out. And I won top prize one of the years I worked there. Because here's how you do it. Because there's a stack of them.
Yeah.
You do all the things and you go, okay, your total is $34.91 or $35.91 if you want to donate $1 to the March of Dimes thing.
Doesn't sound like so much.
17... 12.
Or 18.
Oh my God.
We're so in sync right now.
Or 18. And some people would
Are
be
you
like,
on your period too?
and some people would say, why don't we make it 23.12? I'll take 5 of those things. It was like, it was the easiest thing because then it doesn't sound pushy and you put it in a frame of reference where what's the difference between 34 and 35? Nothing.
Right.
What's the difference between 0 and 1?
Have you
infinity?
Wait, did Albertsons not think to hire you to go from store to store and just spread your word?
Yeah.
You're like, he's going to bring the picture.
I actually went.
No.
I went to the corporate office to talk to them about it in Boise.
Pitch.
Yeah, but they weren't there.
Yeah, it's like at
it was a Sunday.
Jeff and Gary weren't there.
At Kroger, if you buy somebody a Thanksgiving dinner, they ring a fucking bell.
I hate that. I hate that so much.
You do? I get them to ring that shit every time I go.
Nope. I will donate 12 meals, but please, dear God, don't bring attention to this aisle. I hate it. My face gets red. I don't like it.
I
will donate
for
school
the person
lunches.
that has to do the like, hey, over here, we got a blah, blah. I'm like, that's more for you
Nope,
than
I hate it all. Right. I hate
say
every
at work all the
second
time.
of it.
I want the credit, but I don't want the attention.
Nope.
Sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like it's like your birthday at a Mexican
I don't
food
even want the
restaurant.
credit.
Exactly.
Don't make me stand up in a chair and wear a sombrero. Just give me the goddamn sopapilla.
Exactly.
I want a
5 of them.
Right.
How many bites?
How many bites will it take?
How many spoons? Fucking one.
Wait,
who
hang
else's
on.
birthday is it? Nobody.
Wait, you
Good.
eat your sopapillas with a spoon?
Well,
Monster.
sometimes they have ice cream on them.
Oh, okay.
That's a tostada you're thinking of.
No,
Is that
I'm
a
thinking.
nacho?
Okay, no, this is what you do. You take. Okay, I grew up
Wait a minute, what the fuck? Maybe I do eat it with a spoon.
No,
what do you eat it
no.
with?
I grew up going to Poncho's where you take a bite out of the corner and then you take your sopapilla up
Put
to
honey in
the
it.
soft serve machine, and then you just fill it up.
Also, Jared, don't act like you haven't been eating most of our meals with this woman for a fucking year and a half. Like
true.
she doesn't know how you eat things.
Hey,
I
so
know your
anyway,
eating
there's
habits.
a goddamn, there's a honey bear.
Yeah,
and
of
you
course.
get into that sopapilla, then you dump the fucking honey into there. What I don't even
And you
like
shove it up
sopapilla.
your ass.
I was making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and I like to
peanuts up your ass.
sometimes put a little honey on it just to take it up the next. So it's kind of
Yeah.
a culinary thing.
What
that
is
you
it?
guys
Really
wouldn't
is.
understand.
What
Peanut
is-
butter and jelly, but you just drizzle a
There's a
little
little
bit of honey. So
Peanut butter and honey's
I
good.
set the bear up there after I was making it, and then here comes Greer, and she just kept going rubble, 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 and I was going.
Okay,
I'm
Rain
gonna
Man.
make lunch for you. Like I'm literally making it.
Marilyn Manson song.
Shut up. And she just keeps doing it. And then finally I realized that she thinks that the little bear with the yellow hat
Yeah.
looks like Rubble from the Paw Patrol. And she just thought it was Rubble sitting up
And you
there
were
on
just
the
being
counter.
a real dick about
That's
it.
adorable.
1 second.
Rubble. Definitely rubble.
Stocks, bonds, objects of art, real estate. What are they? An opportunity. To what? To make money? Perhaps. To lose money? Perhaps. To indulge and to learn about ourselves? Perhaps. So fucking what? What isn't? They're an opportunity. That's all they are. They're an event. A guy comes to you, you make a call, you send in a card. I have these properties I would like for you to see. What does this mean? What do you want it to mean? You see what I'm saying? Things happen to you. Glad I met you. I'm glad I met you, James. I want to show you something. It may mean something to you. It may not. I don't know. I don't know anymore. What is that? Florida. Glengarry Highlands. Florida. Bullshit. And maybe that's true. And that's what I said. But look at this. What is this? This is a piece of land. Listen to what I'm going to tell you now.
Oh man, it's again. You listen to him, you have no idea. It's like I don't have what the fuck. What the fuck is Elvis talking about right now?
It was so uncomfortable because
They
he's
were
got his
very
arm.
close. It was not COVID-y.
Yeah, he's got his arm up, and it's like
Yeah.
that movie theater move, but he just slides right into the open arm, and
Yeah.
I got really uncomfortable.
I
And then
could
there were flamingos involved, and
I could see myself
Yikes.
being that guy and coming back the next day going, look, I don't know what that was last night, and I know
you
I just
hypnotized me.
spent, and I know I just
Yeah.
spent $82,000 on land.
Yeah, Jesus.
Can you not cash that check for a week? But yeah,
And then the wife, yeah, well, that's getting ahead, I'm sure.
but
Yeah.
and that's the other.
But here's the thing that after this meeting happens, that he goes home with this guy.
Yeah, he does.
The wife cooks them dinner.
Yep.
Could you imagine, like, your husband and his drunk fucking random friend and being like, "Where's beer to buy some land?" And being
Again,
like,
that's
"Go the
this-
fuck to bed." Like, and then the checkbook actually coming out.
This didn't happen in the 90s is why I'm saying this. Like it's a little bit odd.
I think you're right.
I know I am. Nobody ever fucking came to my house and sold a shit. Now in the 80s and the 70s or whatever, like my mom bought some encyclopedias.
1980s
Tupperware.
real estate sales.
What? That's what this is based on?
1980s.
1983. Oh yeah, because it was a play
It
from
was
1984.
written. Yeah.
Okay, so still, that's fucking, how many goddamn years ago is that from now? Hold on, let me do it. Let me do it. Hold on.
35.
So if we go to 94, hold
We
on,
gotta go.
Our dog just
my
ate
dogs
Sean.
may have just eaten Sean.
I was born in 85 and I just turned 36.
Right. Okay, so 37.
37 years.
Yep, we got it.
You all right, buddy?
You okay, dude?
Hey,
Uh-oh.
hey, while you're there,
Hold on.
Shorts check.
You getting a beer?
no, I just want to drink.
I got to pee so bad right now.
She just likes
How
to
bad
spit
was
at
it?
him.
Honestly, did you get up to go pee? God damn it.
Sorry,
I wish
dogs.
you'd have included me. I'm sorry I'm off. Man, do y'all... So if we're coming out of a break and we had to go pee pee. So if you're listening to the podcast, which all of you but 6 are, there was just a Cabbage Patch Kid commercial on what we do. Now, well, there's no way. Let me take that again. Is anybody in here old enough to remember when those things came out?
My mom told me about it because when I was a kid, she was like, you have no idea. There were lines around the building.
Fights.
There were fights
Full
that broke
on,
out.
like riots.
Like a Furby.
Yes.
Like
it was the
Beanie
original.
Babies. But
and Tickle Me Elmo, which was a fucking weird
This
thing.
was crazy.
I got
though.
both of those things.
This
when
is
all
unlike
three of
when
these
IKEA
things.
opened.
Yeah.
This is unlike anything that you've ever seen, though. I mean, like literally brawls to try to get these because the advertising was so fucking good.
I have one. He was an astronaut.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Was it a Cabbage Patch Kid or a My Buddy?
No, Cabbage Patch Kid.
Yeah. Grr. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Kurt
what?
Fletcher's sister
There
had
he
the red
is.
one, and I wonder.
There's Kurt Fletcher.
And I wonder if it had a mullet.
Yeah, I got the button right here, Kurt. I wonder if it looked like your awesome sister's mullet. Now,
Or your sister's awesome mullet if she's a dick. We don't know her.
yeah, we don't know her.
You can
Everybody's
think
waiting
that
for
one
his
over.
response.
Yeah, okay. Now,
Just let us know.
here's the thing. So when they come back into the office and he is like, you're right. What am I? What happened? What, did I miss something?
He just said, ha, 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 ha.
Oh, George is losing his goddamn mind.
Oh, now he said,
What's he going to say next, guys?
Okay.
We were talking about you earlier. Who did you kill besides the diabetes guy? Okay, now we can move on. George, what?
No. Y'all let me know when I'm back.
Jared's
We're
body
ready.
language, he just leans back in defeat.
Yeah, just let me know when I'm
I'll
back.
just drink my beer.
But
Let me
fuck
know.
Y'all just keep going.
no,
Nah, I
zone
gotta
it out. Let them talk about it. So, when they come back and there was a robbery overnight, that means that
Hang
everything
on,
in there
Kurt Fletcher
got stolen.
said something.
When we get out of here at 12:30 and I never come back,
You have to come back on Saturday.
that'll be it.
All right. So, yeah, anyway, God damn it. You're right. Go to the clip. Fuck it.
Bruce, Harriet, what we have to do is admit to ourselves that we see that opportunity and take it, right? And that's it. Now we just sit there. I got my pen out.
Always be closing.
Oh, God, that's what I've been saying the old ways, right? Convert that motherfucker, sell him, make him sign the check. Now, they got their money in government bonds. I said to myself, fuck it, let's go all the way, huh? The whole route. I take it and plat it out. 8 units, 82 grand, and I say to them, this is now. This is that thing that you have been dreaming of. You are going to find the suitcase on the train. The man walks in the room. That bag is filled with money. Harriet, this is it. And Bruce, I don't want to fuck around with you. You know, I don't. I don't want to pussyfoot around, huh? You think you got to look back on this thing? I do, too. Now, I'm here to do good for you and me, the both of us. What is the point of some interim position? The only arrangement that I will accept is full investment, and I mean it. That's it. All 8 units, period. Now, I got the pen in my hand, Rick. Hey, I turned that contract around. That's 8 units, 82 grand. And I said, now, I want you to sign.
Okay, so first of all, this is fucking incredible acting. I mean, you get that, right? Like,
he is my absolute favorite from this entire movie.
yeah, and has to be, right? Because he's fucking incredible. What? Yeah, please.
And I
was
can
about to tap
appreciate
on it, but I
that.
was talking
That's
to
the thing.
I didn't want her to think I was wanting her to get up and get me one.
Because I probably would. But I think, like Eric was saying at the beginning, I can appreciate the acting. I was bored.
Yeah.
I mean, I was bored. I didn't understand it. I didn't appreciate the play to film transition. But I do think the acting was amazing. But he is my favorite.
He's incredible. He really is incredible through this whole thing. And here, again, this particular scene is it's just old acting. It's very much like over the top, and I took that in my hand. And he starts to do this vibrato thing with his voice and this little
I
thing.
told him.
And I told him, and you do that, and you don't really see. We don't have that.
But
I love that.
He's meant to be the tragic character in this. He's the only one that we get really any sort of backstory for at all, and we don't even get that much. All we really know is
kept
his
waiting
daughter
for it.
is in the hospital.
Well, and
that's it.
Well, and that he taught most of these people everything that they know.
Yeah.
He's the fucking machine.
But we don't get. There's not you don't know enough about any of them to know for them to be as relatable as this character.
Unpopular opinion. He was my least favorite character.
Wow.
I really mean that, and I'm not just
Really?
arguing.
Wow.
I really didn't. I didn't enjoy him. He drove me fucking crazy. And I get that it's theatrics, and I get that it's like a play. I just can't fucking. I couldn't stand it. I could not stand it.
I just wonder.
I was like, I would hate this fucking person in real life. Like, I can't handle it.
The more desperate he gets in his situation, the more desperate he gets to make a sale.
Oh, I
and
feel
more
like that's what I
sleazy he
appreciate
gets.
about
right. I mean,
him.
but that's the sadness. He is sad. The rest of them, I don't know. They're pissed. They are depressed.
They're desperate in other ways.
But he's
today
so
he's
sad.
But today he's come in with a confidence about himself.
Yeah.
To where he's back, and now now we're back to referring to him as the machine, right? And Al Pacino, who has been on top for a while now, and who has just won a fucking Cadillac or whatever, takes the time, and he's almost laughed twice. But he takes the time, and you just see him, and he just goes, you know what? There's a moment where he's all about himself, and he's doing this, and he takes his call, he's thanking the wife from the night, and then he just realizes, this guy, my fucking mentor is trying to tell me the story. I'm gonna fucking sit down and just listen to this.
Yeah.
He goes over and he sits in the chair by his desk, and he fucking lets him tell him that story. Boring as shit. Who gives a fuck?
And then immediately parlays that into using him as an accomplice in his own little thing.
Yeah.
And what does that guy do? Plays right into it.
Mm-hmm.
He's so good. That's when you know he's old school and he can think on his feet.
Yeah.
It was so well, and Al Pacino tells him later in the movie, after everything else has happened, out of the. We won't be talking about this later. But one of the last scenes, he knows he's busted. He's sitting there at his desk. He's desperate as fuck. And Al Pacino basically just tells him, that was fucking nobody else can do that. Like, that was insane. Like, whatever, that thing that you did where you just adapted and you did this, man, that was good.
Well, it's improv.
Sure. Yep.
High stakes improv where, some improv, you just don't get a laugh and it falls dead. And some improv is worth tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah. Now, Mitch and Murray, does that remind you of your old bosses at the place you used to work? Because I just kept thinking that. It's always like these two dudes. Like, hey, these two guys they're fucking pissed.
Fucking Jay and David.
Oh, yeah, fuck them.
Yeah, fuck those guys.
Yeah. Anyway,
they're local.
pissed.
If you see them, tell them to fuck right off.
Yeah, F them. Then, so, and Al Pacino celebrating, this guy's celebrating, everybody, these two guys are in hog heaven. The one character that you guys think is your brother Bilo is confused and doesn't know what to do. The other guy has gone to fucking Wisconsin.
Right.
Yeah. He's out because he got $5,000 at least. Never going to see this guy again, right?
It doesn't seem like fuck you money, but
no, it
okay.
doesn't.
I don't know. I mean, that's what the thing, right? I wondered if the money was weird. It just, none of it seems like very much.
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, $5,000. I was
Especially
doing
in the
laundry
90s,
the other day.
you know?
Yeah.
And just pulled a pair of jeans out, and god damn it if there wasn't.
Wow.
$5,000.
Good for you.
No,
Just
you
right
told me it was
there.
$7,500. You motherfucker.
Your part's $2,500. You don't worry about my part.
That wasn't supposed to come
You don't
out.
worry about my part of what's in my pants. You worry about your part of what's in my
guys,
pants.
man.
Yeah.
Well,
You're part of what's in my pants.
Jim Locke
It's the front
comes
part.
in, and it's the guy from that night. You see Al Pacino go into this. You realize what the thing is, and you said this earlier, Eric, where you You get both signatures. Get the fuck out of there. You get that thing signed. You get it submitted. You get the deposit.
You find that fucking dog.
And then you avoid,
3 days.
right?
Yes.
You know, and
just go out of town.
But what he kept saying to him, though, it'd just be like, now, okay, so, we get 3 days. Now, tell me again, explain to me what you're talking about. I don't really understand. It's just like this making him repeat it. And
it felt so greasy.
It really did.
Yeah,
just
I hated
putting
it.
him on the spot and making him keep explaining himself over and over and over. And then finally dissect that into... Now I'm basically gonna counsel you on your fucking marriage. Like, you know what, the deal's done. Yeah.
It was.
But he got so close. He got very close to getting him out that door and getting him to have that drink.
Mm-hmm.
And like we talked about before, the improv, the D. Ray Morton, that was Jack Lemmon's name or whatever. That was a writer on this movie.
Oh, is it?
Like that was part of his improv was, I know a name and it's one of the writers for this movie. I'm just going to throw it in there.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good. All right, you guys.
Wait, quick question.
Okay, go ahead.
So the 3 day thing, like I did not understand. You make the deal with the salesperson, but could you not just go to the company or the manager and go, hey, fuck this?
It doesn't sound like
That's what that can
based on Ted and Larry.
That
or
If you
whoever
have
they are.
both signatures on the thing that say that we agree to this, then
It
who
just
knows?
seems like it would be through the company and not through them, especially since they're like commissioned employees.
Yeah, again, this is why I still think it just seems old. It just seemed like this guy's locked in. I'm gonna avoid the fuck out of him for a while, and then it just goes to the shit, and that's it, right? Because what's he gonna do? He goes into the office like, you got to speak to him. Okay, we'll try to track him down or whatever, and then the 3 days are up and you're done. Right?
Yeah.
I'll get through the rest of these clips. You guys want to play the game real quick?
Play the game.
All right, let's play the game. All right, so this game is called Two Rights Don't Make a Wrong. No, what is it? The greatest question of all time.
The greatest thing you've ever learned is just to love and be loved in return.
That's not it. No. One time. Okay, 2 truths and a lie. We're going to play 2 truths and a lie. And Amy, it's your turn to go, right?
It's my turn.
All right, so Amy, Eric, you will play along, but of course we don't keep your score. Amy will now tell us 3 things about this movie. 2 of them will be true. 1 of them will be a lie. We will all try to guess which one is the lie. So take it away, Amy.
Here we go. Number 1, the largest cost on set was for the rain effects in the first part of the film. Number 2, the word fuck and its derivatives are uttered 217 times. Number 3, the coat check girl is the only female character to appear in the movie. I can repeat them.
No, I got it. You good, Sean? Okay, he's thinking. I'm thinking. He's thinking. I'm thinking.
Jared's opening a beer.
Appropriate.
I will say this. At some point, I will.
Okay.
I don't remember seeing another woman in the film.
I agree
but
with
this
that.
was also 1 week ago.
Mm-hmm.
I forget things within hours.
And then the rain effect was the most expensive.
I could almost believe that because that seems oddly specific to make up.
Mm-hmm.
And then this middle one is just a numbers game. Like, do I think that it was
217 times?
Or do I think it was 190 times? You know,
Right.
like it could, but damn it, is there another?
So I know what I'm going to
woman
say.
in this film.
Right. I know what I'm going to. So Sean's going with 2.
Is the
I
lie.
also am going with fuck because I believe South Park actually set the record for the amount of times
On television.
Maybe.
It was like recorded. They counted it on television.
Oh, okay. No, but it was the movie being shown on television.
Yes.
Yeah, but so what I'm saying, it's a South Park movie.
But it wasn't the record for, it was a record for for on television.
Oh, okay, that may be right. I don't think they said it 230 times. I really don't. So I'm going to go number 2 as well. So me and Sean went number 2
together.
Yeah. At the same time.
Yeah. Casey?
I can't go.
Okay, Eric?
She looked something up.
I'm constipated.
Yeah.
You're consummated?
Consummated.
I am consummated.
I'll just to be contrary, I'll go with number 3.
All right, Amy?
The lady. Number 2 was The Lie. You are correct. It was not uttered 217 times. It was uttered
Roadhouse
138 times. And I feel like this was a cheap one for me because it was really hard to think of something that may have been different about this film.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, fuck it. I guess the only thing I can do is just find some other cool facts about the movie and change a number.
Right. Well, that was very good, though. But the rain it seemed so excessive that it had to have been real. It
was a huge cost, apparently. Well, and then after we got in here and talked about it, I thought, well, maybe that would have been a good question. Does fuck or leads
that is a good one, right? Yeah.
I know the answer to that.
How many times does leads appear in the movie, Casey?
83.
83 times.
You were right,
So
Derek.
fucks still leads.
So they said fuck more time than leads.
That's true.
Or a derivative.
And that's
thereof.
obviously the reason that it is rated R.
Yes.
Yeah, my thing is, whenever we talked about it earlier, I immediately looked it up, but I didn't say anything. And then I always keep the cast list up too. So I'm like, I don't want to play because that seems.
Yeah.
Who's another woman in there? Some waitress
There's
in the
2
background
other women
of,
listed, but I don't think they're
listed,
characters.
but they don't appear
in
the movie. The only woman that appears in the movie is the
Tension.
coat check girl.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But the other ones, like the wives that are referred
we talked to them.
never appear.
Like about them.
Right.
Mr. Link and I are going to go to the...
Oh, yes, please. The police can be...
What are the police doing here? That's nothing. Just, what are the police doing here?
We had a slight burglary last
No, it's nothing. I was just assuring Mr. Link.
Mr. Link? James Link? Your contract went out. Nothing to
John,
worry about.
John.
Your contract went out to the bank.
You cashed my check?
Mr.
Williamson.
The check was cashed, the contract was filed and deposited in the bank, and we're completely insured in any case, as you know.
You cashed the check? Not to my knowledge, no.
But I'm sure we can...
Not to my knowledge. Oh, Christ. Hey, don't follow me. Just don't follow me, okay? I've let you down. I know I've let you down. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I don't know. I don't know anymore. Forgive me.
Man, he sold that guy well.
scene fucked me up. I was like, that.
It was awful, but I think that's what they were going for, is that the young guy is not always, he doesn't know what's going on.
He doesn't have the street smarts.
He didn't have the smarts to clue into what the
but he thought he did.
seasoned guy was saying.
Because ordinarily that would be done, but he didn't fucking do it.
But you don't shoot your shot unless
that's right.
You know what you got.
That's exactly
or whatever
right.
they said.
Yeah.
Yep.
You don't
shake
think
your love. I don't know.
I feel like that's a t-shirt.
The you only get one shot. Did not
Mom spaghetti.
Mom, that's it.
Yeah.
Arms are sweaty.
Oh, pimples on
Knees
my face.
weak.
Okay, that's it.
Okay.
Now, he is out there basically trying to cover his own ass, and by covering his own ass, fucks up the deal. Which essentially, if that conversation wouldn't have happened, then Jack Lemmon wouldn't have shot his fucking mouth off and wouldn't have been goddamn caught.
Yep.
So, it's unfortunate, for Shell, for the machine, right? It's a little bit unfortunate. Do you guys remember, y'all old enough to remember like telephone guys coming to your house and they always had the fun little plastic phone on their belt?
Yeah.
No.
Nope.
They plug it in to make sure.
Yeah,
No, that sounds like a terrible game. They went to jail.
Made up.
Well, it was.
What are you talking about?
Those were not real salesmen. I think that you probably should call.
No.
You touched someone's penis.
That is accurate.
It was a plastic phone.
Yeah.
Nope.
And it just hung
And it
off
was
the
yellow,
belt.
and then it had a string on the end of it.
No, so many
and they
other
would
things
just
were hung.
Pull it right on in to your
Nope.
house, and it would go ding, 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 and the eyes would go back and forth.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Wow.
I got it
It
tattooed
was
on me.
super cute.
They'd take
Okay.
it.
This is a true story. The first gift that Jared's mom got Everett, the little guy, the little chatter phone.
Yeah.
Because he has a tattooed on him, and it was like the sweetest thing, and it was like such a kind grandma gift. And I still make him keep that thing, but every time he would like clean his room, he'd be like a little kid. As he got older, he'd be like, but this one's got to go. And I'm like, no, we keep this one because it's special. He's like, I hate it and it's creepy. And I'm like,
I'm scared of this
special.
thing. Yeah.
Put it in the attic.
It sleeps next to your bed because you fucking love it. Like,
look it in the eyes.
Damn it.
And we still have it. I finally did put it in his little box of baby stuff, but there was years where I'm like, you'll learn to love it.
Yeah, you guys had predators coming to your house for sure.
Yeah.
Now, this cost him $6,000 in one Cadillac, and so he's pissed. He's like, fuck you, Kevin Spacey. You're going down.
Yeah, I sold so much fucking Mary Kay this year. Go fuck yourself.
He wasn't wrong. You know, Kevin
Exactly.
Spacey did go down on a lot of dudes.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
there
no
it is.
way he was the one going down.
Oh, yeah, no, top
he's
and
a
bottom.
control freak. No.
Everybody still blows each other.
Nope.
Just one of you's the
No,
top
there
and
are
one's the
pitchers and
bottom.
catchers. I agree with Casey 100%.
Yeah, listen to me very carefully. That is anal.
Listen to
they
the man.
still both blow each other. I promise you.
Here is what I'm saying.
Promise you.
No, you guys are talking about homosexuality.
Yeah.
I'm talking about people in relationships. And in a lot of relationships, there's one person that blows somebody and one person that doesn't reciprocate. And that's okay. And I don't think that he reciprocates.
I agree with her.
We can continue blowing each other. They don't know what they're talking about.
In most relationships,
There
you
it
do
is.
oral on one another, and then one person sticks something in the
But
other.
that
one.
is true.
That's it.
We're not talking about relationships between Kevin Spacey and 14-year-old boys.
Oh no, he was 17.
15.
Okay.
I thought he was 15.
That's how rumors get started.
I'm confident the dude said he was 15 whenever it started.
I think that you'll probably not find a better actor than Kevin Spacey, but you could probably find one who
A better blowjob than Kevin Spacey.
who enjoyed sex with adults more than Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Wow.
Well, that went well.
Oh wow!
All right, so wow. So he just belittles the shit out of him here, right? Like, he really digs into him.
I don't see how. I can see how the guys would take it from above. I can see how they would take it from each other. I cannot see how a manager would let an employee talk to them
Because
that way.
he has been, he fucked up. But again, this Jack Lemmon character too just should have shut the fuck up and just stopped, but he couldn't.
I know.
But remember that the day before, this guy had done that to him in that office and in that car. And he had left him standing in the fucking rain. And so he had one up on him, right?
I know.
And he just goddamn fucking blew it.
I remember going,
Yeah.
and I clutched my pearls I was wearing.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, let's see how he fucks this up.
You be as cold as you want. You just fucked a good man out of $6,000 and his goddamn bonus because you didn't know the shot. Gee, you can do that, and you're not man enough to say it gets you. I don't know what. If you can't take something from that, then you're scum. You're fucking white bread. A child would know it. He's right. If you're going to make something up, John, be sure that it helps. Or keep your mouth shut. I'm done with you.
How do you know I made it up?
What are you talking about?
I told the customer his contract had gone to the bank.
Had it?
No, it hadn't.
Don't fuck with me. What are you getting at?
Well, I'm saying this, Shelley. Usually I take the contracts to the bank. Last night I didn't. Last night I stayed home with my kids. How did you know that?
Busted.
That's so
Damn it.
painful.
Yep. Yeah, fuck him.
I hate it.
Yeah, that contract was on his desk, still there. Fucking got him, man.
And he only knew it
because he ran his mouth.
And then it gets even more sad,
right,
and aggressive.
He sold the leads.
And then, like a lot of movies do, and it's fine, it just doesn't work for me personally, the movie ends without a 5 years later. At least I get to know that his daughter lived. Or
I was very
that he's
surprised.
not in jail, or that he found a way out of it. I want to know if the guy ever got his Cadillac, and instead, nothing.
Was that the last clip?
It was, yeah.
So I was actually really confused. For a second, I thought this is how the ending was going, but I got confused. Whenever he goes, they all leave. He goes, I fucking hate this job, the other guy. And then just starts calling people again. I guess I kind of misunderstood because at first I was like, oh, and I was like, okay, so he went and got the fucking leads. Like that guy asked him, he went and copied him down. He has them, and that's not what fucking happened,
right?
At all.
No,
that is.
And I really thought that was the ending, like that he played dumb the whole fucking time.
No, he just came in. He
just went back to work. Like,
I
had to look it up. Like
I was
the
there
ending
with
of
you
this
for a
movie
minute,
and going, okay, what happened? Let me check again because I feel like maybe I missed something, and this guy maybe pulled a fast one.
No, I thought the same thing until I saw that.
Thought it was like an
scene.
Ocean's 11 type thing.
Right.
Like maybe I thought it would be like the most interesting thing that happened in this movie.
Right.
Oh man.
Well, and then there's this homage. One of the cool things that happens after this is that after he busts him, he goes, he begs, he's told to fuck off, and then he's sitting there just helpless. And then Al Pacino just comes out and pays this fucking insane homage to him. Just like, you're the fucking machine. I couldn't do that. You couldn't do that, Then
we find out that the sale he made wasn't even real anyway,
it's all dog
right?
shit. Yeah, he's not the first one.
The Nyquists or who are Nyquists.
And nobody, what's funny is that nobody told him that before. They just let him have it,
That's sad.
And it just kind of all falls apart.
They
for
just
him.
like talking to salespeople.
They just like talking to salespeople. Look, Sean, I think this is a great pick. I'm curious to know what everybody's final review is going to be. Eric, let's start with you.
I asked Sean earlier how many shows I've been on. 100 and something. 115 or something. This is a top 20, maybe top 10 for me of the ones that we've watched for the show.
Interesting.
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was expertly crafted. It doesn't have a lot of action. No helicopter crashes or jumping through windows but it's character and story and setting driven to perfection. I recommend it. I thought it was really great.
The Saturday Night Live literally recreating the entire Alec Baldwin scene for a Christmas skit shows the impact that it had, at least. If it wasn't a profitable movie, if not all of us seen it, I definitely had never seen it. I've never even heard of this movie. But at least that shows, what other people think about it. Casey?
I really actually did appreciate the acting. I think that I get why people would like it. I'm glad that I watched it for the sake of having like more pop culture knowledge. I think it's like a big movie and I'm glad that I know it. It's highly rated, but it did not hold my attention. And part of me wonders if like on a different day, maybe it would have, but today it just did not. Like I felt it was high anxiety for me. I was like, shut the fuck up. Like, well, these people are just talking and talking and talking. And it wasn't the story and it wasn't the people. I don't know what it was, but today it just was not for me. Just wasn't.
Totally get that. Amy.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Copy and paste. I mean,
Right.
I feel the same way. I was bored out of my mind. I felt like I wasn't getting it. I appreciate the acting. I feel like I can do that with almost anything, but I was very bored. I get that it was a play into a movie and all that, but I was just bored.
Okay.
And then it ended, and I thought, that's cool.
Yeah.
Let's be done with it. But what else?
Yeah. Now
Like
what? Now what the fuck happened?
Now
Then
what?
they left it open-ended. They
very.
gave nothing but just like information and information and information.
And then it just
none.
And it just
ended.
stopped. Yeah. Again, so therein lies like, if you hadn't known before, if you went through the whole movie without realizing that it was a play, there you go. Sean, you picked this one. Obviously you must either love it or you thought we would appreciate it or you thought everybody would take a shit on it. What'd you think?
All of the above.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I was telling Eric this was like mandatory to watch when I started in sales, and Boiler Room was the other one. and I thought it was just like phenomenal. And it's been on my list for a while. I was like, I think they're either gonna love it or they're gonna hate it. But yeah, I mean, I know it's slow and
right.
Yeah.
Well, I loved it. I really did. I would watch this again for sure, just to pick up any and all things that I missed. And again, I could watch all of these actors all day, every day. We got a couple of things in the mailbag. Let's figure out what that's all about.
Let's check the email box. Email us at jaredgoestothemovies@gmail.com.
Hey guys, thanks for reading my jokes on the airwaves. I love that you enjoy them. I got a few more for you if you don't mind. Here we go. What do you call a pile of cats?
Oh God. What?
Let's see.
A mountain.
Would never gotten
okay.
that.
Yeah, I would have never gotten that either.
How do you count cows? With a calculator.
Okay. Yep. I like it.
I'm going to skip one because I read this earlier and it's the best one. So I'm going to.
Okay. You want to come back?
What do you call a computer that sings?
No idea.
I keep wanting to be able to guess them.
I know, me too.
Adele.
Oh,
that's good.
Okay.
That's pretty fucking great.
What did the eyewitness tell the cops after a computer robbed a bank? Interesting setup, but we'll see. He went data way.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I don't love that one, but here we go.
Okay.
Okay.
How do you...
Build up is dope.
Did you know that dogs cannot operate MRI machines?
Why?
But cats
can.
Oh, I knew that.
Nice. Very nice.
Man.
Love you. Keep it up, Jason Cordova.
Very good, Jason.
I
Very
love
good.
it.
All right. Next up, Jarrett Goes to the Movies fam. I just wanted to say thanks for getting me to finally watch this movie. I've been wanting to since I found out it was Silent Bob's favorite movie in Jay and Silent Bob reboot before the pandemic. I absolutely loved it, except the part where they used the F word that isn't fuck. It did get a little real when Pacino was calling out Spacey. So great movie and had fun on 5 questions. I at least tried this time. Haha, Greg the Hammer Stevens.
Yeah, he did good. He did good. Greg, it was great to have you. Everybody else,
P.S.
thanks for, and God fucking damn it.
Gotcha. Wasn't actually planning that, but y'all should put out one of those little notebooks with the large pencils. I love them so much and use them all the time, especially when I do inbound at work. So.
Okay. Thank you again. Eric, how can people connect with us?
I'm glad you asked. Our website is jarrettgoestothemovies.com. On Facebook, a couple of options there. The Jarrett Goes to the Movies page and the Jarrett Goes to the Movies fan page. We highly recommend that you check them both out. On YouTube and Twitch, Jarrett Goes to the Movies. You'll want to subscribe and turn on notifications. On Instagram and Twitter, @JarrettMovies. On Patreon, where you can support the little podcast that could. Join the winning team, patreon.com/Jarrett Goes to the Movies. Email us, jarrettgoestothemovies@gmail.com, and you can text us or leave a voicemail. The number is the same either way, 714-451-6029. That's 714-451-6029. Back to you, Jarrett.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Casey. Thanks, Amy. Thank you, Jonathan. And thanks to everybody that listened this week. Thanks for sharing as well, Joey Bishop, Greg Stevens, Chris Pulse, Barry Ferguson, David Kendrick, Kurt Fletcher, Woody Chambers, and Matthew Jumblies. Matthew Jumblies.
Matthew.
Jambalaya.
Matthew Jambalaya.
Is this? I don't know. If
I don't know. I'm having a tough time.
Okay. Well, then never mind.
Sean's not laughing.
It's,
so apparently
it's fucking got to be a spelling thing. Whatever. Matthew Jumblies.
Just edit this out. Just
Hey,
in
thanks,
case.
Matt.
Yeah, appreciate you, Matt. Guys, we'll see you next week. No, fuck that. We'll see you down the road.